Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo's Champions League night tonight. But we're not only here to talk about Champions League night. Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, Haram Ball Derby. Absolutely, at the Emirates tonight. The Haram Ball Derby is happening tonight between Mikel Arteta and Diego Simeone, the kings of defensive football in the world, as it says, of course, the set-piece merchants, but the throw-in merchants. Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. Manchester United completely broke Liverpool. People are talking about benching Salah. People are talking about Arne Slot being a fraud, Arne Slot being out, which is absolutely ridiculous currently. If you ask me, of course, and Chelsea now are targeting challenging for the league. Lewis have said that if it wasn't, you got to target challenge for the league. If it wasn't for the 2 red cards, Man United, you would have won. You would have been 2 points behind. You would have been second. Would have been first. People said you would have been first. People said that Chelsea could have been first. That's what people have said. Like, Chelsea currently are 5 points behind Liverpool. If it wasn't for the red card, maybe you would have won against Man United.
1 point.
If it wasn't, did you get another red card? You could have won that game, the Brentford or something like this.
Brighton.
Brighton. And also you got robbed against Brentford, so you could have won that. So Chelsea, if it wasn't for referees and PGMOL, Chelsea could have been top of the league, people. Which is what a lot of people don't. Well, an Arsenal fan laughing at this statement. The irony, to be honest with you, the irony in this, if it wasn't, okay, I'm going to state this again. The red card for Sanchez the goal against Brentford, Chelsea, if it wasn't for Puigdemont, could have been top of the league.
Yeah, but
How-
Mo, we'll be having the same
how
discussion
bad
we're
is
having
that?
right now.
But Mo,
Like,
we
it
get
doesn't
it.
matter right now. Like who's
Yeah.
first, who's second, who's third.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even into those conversations yet. So
Yeah, don't be
Apparently
like
Liverpool-
Arsenal fans from last season.
Apparently, Liverpool are out of the title race.
I think if you go what ifs, it's like what if Bruno doesn't miss the penalty? What if we get the draw?
No. There is a difference. If a player misses, it's something. But if you get robbed and you get red cards,
You get robbed, though.
that's different.
They weren't robbed though. Those red cards were red cards. They
Oh.
They earned the red card.
They weren't robbed. That was their mistake.
Bruno doesn't miss penalties, and he missed the penalty. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm only bringing this in because you're saying what if. So if we go what if, we could be second.
It's not what if. It's not what if. This is not what if. Okay. Do you guys believe that McAllister should have had a penalty against Manchester City when Doku literally smashed his chest with the studs?
Yes.
That is not what if. See, this situation is not what if. There are situations in world football, they're not what if.
But the red card.
You
was a
guys
red
get my
card.
point. You guys get
But
my
the red
point. There's
cards
no
are
what
red
if.
cards though. No, the red cards are
So-
red cards.
Some
And also, you know why that argument doesn't make sense? Because you don't know what would have transpired post that red card. What if the
And
red
also,
card wasn't given?
if
Or
Mac-
what if
if
the red card
if-
was given?
Ah,
And then
exactly.
City
If
went and scored a
McAllister,
second goal.
exactly. If McAllister, but logically
Transpired.
speaking, if McAllister got that penalty, Salah could have missed it. Yes, but it wasn't
Okay.
given. Okay, we're not,
Yeah.
going to talk about the referee.
So there's
We'll
no
talk
point.
about something
We
else.
criticize and laugh at Arsenal
Mm.
fans, and rightly so, last season for saying if it wasn't for the red card, if it wasn't for Puigdemont, and then we're doing the same thing now this season. What a
we're
stupid
doing
argument,
what? No,
honestly.
nobody's doing. He's just presenting it as a possibility. This is too
When the
early
moment
to be
he
having-
says if it wasn't for the red cards, Chelsea could have been top, that is
Yeah.
a form of excuse. And it is a form of excuse.
If it
100%.
wasn't for us playing Real Madrid, we'd be 8-time European champions.
100%.
If it wasn't for the Gerrard slip,
You're talking
we'd
about
have
8-time European champions, man. You can't
If
even get
Rafael
past
Benitez
Crystal
didn't
Palace,
sell Robbie
man.
Keane in
Talk about
January
Real
08,
Madrid, man.
09, we'd have had
If
5
it wasn't
Premier
for Lehman's red card, we would have had a Champions League by now. Like, we can all do
Yeah, any
ifs, buts,
ifs,
and
mate.
maybes.
I'm not gonna lie, Husam, it's nice to see you smiling, man. I was worried about you for a bit there, man.
Habibi, ma khalas, I've been abused for 48 hours. What do you want me to
I
do?
know.
I went through the Hamza cooking, the Jay cooking, the Igal cooking, yesterday, the only show where I'm supposed to have therapy, my internet and electricity went out. You tuned into the Don Hussam show and you saw Kopish and Tom by themselves. And then I went through the Lewis cooking and the Flawless
haven't got to
cooking and
cooking
the
yet.
Igal and Martin and Jem. I'm
My
immune.
turn.
You see, and this is the problem, man, because I always get like
It
the
hasn't been
last
48
touch-
hours.
The last
No,
touches.
it's my
and I
turn.
feel like I have to like be
Also,
more
Mo is
consoling than I am
such a
attacking right now.
loser.
We've been,
He
we've
has
been
never
talking.
invited Cam before to the stream. First time he invited Cam. You're a fucking fraud,
He
mate.
invites me all the time. I just can't always make it, bro.
By the way, this show on Tuesdays, I invited him a lot of times, and he's just busy with meetings.
He actually like literally.
Okay,
he
you
actually
know
made
what?
a
I-
special-
Today he
I
wasn't
made a
busy.
special.
Today he
special
wasn't busy.
conditions for this
Today,
one, man.
today he wasn't busy. And by the way,
Today,
I asked
subhanallah.
Cam today only for this. So just to let you know, and
Yeah.
his schedule was free. It's
Oh,
by
yeah.
accident. It was free by accident. You
No,
know,
no, no,
today,
no, no, it was free. It was free. I was actually free.
accidentally
We
free
played with-
Cam today.
The weekend you asked me, and I told you, if I was, put it this way, if I was actually going to do the thing where, oh, I'm not free, so I think we're going to lose, you asked me to come on the weekend, and we won, and I still couldn't come on because I had a baby. I would think about it. If I switched up then, cool. But then when you asked me today, I'm like, oh, bet I'm open. Like, we're good.
Yeah, but I mean, the opportunity to cook Hussam after that win, like
Hussam
nobody's
was good
passing
here.
that up. Nobody's
I know
passing
he-
that up. man.
Allah,
You know?
Sam, like bro, I'm telling you guys something for real. Sam made so many enemies that, by the way, the cooking is gonna continue until probably even if they win against Frankfurt. I've had people, but I'm keeping it surprise for Sam texting me on
I
the
don't think
side
they'll win
and telling
against
me,
Frankfurt.
bro, I'm having people texting me and saying, when is Hussam on your channel? And I'm like, Hussam has his own channel. No, but when are you doing MHF? So can I get invited to MHF so I can be with him?
Who asked you that, to be honest?
Ads.
Ads is definitely gunning for you right now. I
Ads
talked to
is
him yesterday. He's
definitely,
gunning,
bro.
man.
Ads wanted to make the show today. He just couldn't because of the work. And he's like, when is he on MHF? I'm on MHF. Whenever.
You want to know the best part about our next game against Frankfurt? Frankfurt beat Galatasaray 5-1. You know this, right?
Mm.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but they
Frankfurt
also
got
lost
beat
to Atletico
after-
Madrid 5-1.
Yeah,
After,
great.
and also
literally
they
the game
got
after
they
that.
got smashed 4 by Bayern Munich, which was 3, but something like that.
Great. So you want to know what their bounce back game is, right?
No, didn't they draw this last game?
Maybe Liverpool
The
can be playing
Bundesliga, or am I wrong?
Al-Wahdat right now, and I would not be confident.
To be honest with you, Ashraf,
They also
Go-
beat
Ar-
Mönchengladbach 6-4, by the way. That was a sad day, but anyways.
Mm.
Arne Slot is like saying, and by the way, let's start with Liverpool.
By the way,
I
I'm
know
so
that-
glad now, after 3 weeks, everyone's come around and realized what the biggest problem is. Because at the beginning, people thought I was scapegoating Arne Slot. Today, Igal, Martin, Jem all blamed Arne Slot. They're like, what the fuck is Slot doing?
I don't.
You know,
I don't.
for me, the one state was
I don't.
everyone's
Yeah, here we
like,
go. Here we go. See the
He
guy.
had-
They disagree
He
with
had front row seats to that shower shit we watched at Stamford Bridge. And what he said in the press conference about Liverpool being unlucky, he genuinely believed it to the level where he ran the team back. What the fuck?
If we're gonna
He
start,
ran the same exact team back from Chelsea. Imagine.
listen. If we're gonna start with Liverpool, we're gonna talk about the big elephant in the room, and it's Salah. Guess what? Last year,
Just him.
he bailed you out of every. Like at the end of the day, Salah had a season that we'll never see again from a player like we just won't. And that was a huge reason that you won the title. And then this year, we're seeing a shell of a player. And I've waxed lyrical about him. And we're also going to talk about Virgil van Dijk, by the way. But first, Salah, like he had for me, the biggest opportunity to like when he took that ball. And I have no idea what he did, what happened in his brain. And it was just like left footed off the side of the side netting. I'm like, oh, that I for sure was like, oh, here it is. This is where he pops up after doing nothing and scores the goal. And when he side netted it, I was like, oh, he's finished. Like that's the signs of a player who feels like they're finished.
No.
And at the end of the day, hey, I'm gonna call it right now. I'm just saying he feels like he's finished. I've watched a lot of Liverpool games this year. I've seen a lot of frustration from him, a lot of the new players not being able to find him. Everybody, I mean, Dante Husam, you're one of them, cooking Diaz for fucking half the season last year. But guess what? It doesn't look so good right now without him. This man
I wasn't cooking Diaz last year.
I mean,
I don't
you
interrupt
dumb and
anyone
dumber
until
was
they
it?
like.
Who was the
Last
dumber?
season was not the
Dumber?
Diaz year. The year before
Between
that.
Nunez and Diaz, who was the dumb and dumber? Because I'm pretty sure Dumb and Dumber was the name.
That was the year before, not last season.
Okay.
You did criticize him last season as
You
well. In a
criticized
lot
No,
of
I
ways,
did
by the way.
not. No, I did not. Last season, Mo will tell you. I said we should have kept Diaz at Salt.
I can go pull up
In
clips. You
Portugal.
were criticizing him in certain games. I'm not saying throughout the season. There were games when you did criticize him and say,
Oh, you want to know why
I
that's
mean,
such a
you're not criticizing from time to time. I just
yeah,
wanna
I know
know
it
your
depends on
overall
match to
sentiment.
match. I get it. It depends on
exactly.
game to game. I get
But
that.
you
I get
But
that.
Diaz last season, I actually defended Diaz a lot. You can ask everyone in the chat.
I'm just saying a lot of Liverpool fans were oh, we can't wait. for
Nunez
it.
was the only one I wanted
Bro,
to go.
Salah had to come out. Salah had to come out and defend dudes when your fan base was posting shit about the biggest upgrades. Like this is out there. This is out there. The biggest upgrade we've ever seen in the Premier League. And then Salah had been like, how about you respect the dudes who just won the championship?
Turns out Salah was right.
Like, it turns out he
Maybe
understood.
they were better off with Diaz sack. He might have done better. Maybe he would have
None of
finished
you
that
believes
chance. Who
that.
knows?
None of you believe that, by the way.
In one game, I
actually
do believe
I
it.
think that like
In one
the
game,
team,
not over the season,
the
obviously.
team balance is very much impacted right now by those two losses. You guys don't press it with any
Complete
intensity
lie, once
whatsoever. You guys do not press with any intensity whatsoever. I said to you guys before that like the way you guys play right now, it's like you have all tits and no ass. It's like you all thinking about attack, and there's absolutely no balance in this.
The worst type. The worst
Like,
type.
look at that front four, like what you're pressing with right now. Look what you're pressing with. None of those guys want to press. None of those guys want to press effectively. Salah last year was the only real pedestrian in that front four, and now you have two or three. Then you look at the midfield and McAllister. McAllister looks like a shadow of himself, man.
Do you know what? It looks like the manager actually likes all tits, no ass.
It's true, right?
I saw the manager itself. Me and Husam were talking about this in the actual MHF after the game. The manager coming out after the game, and Husam actually in his rant, in his match reaction, right? He said that he's like, "Yeah, we created 5 chances, but how the fuck are we conceded 5 big chances to Man United at home?" And Arne Slot in the press conference, by the way, he's been stubborn again. Okay, same Dutch. I'm not stereotyping, but we have seen this plenty of time with Rahal.
Dutch managers are like
they're very fucking stubborn to a point. The guy is asking him about, "Are you concerned?" He's like, "Yes, I am concerned, but also if you tell me we create that many chances against low block? Number one, you didn't create chances against low block because most of the chances you created were actually when Man United high line was there. The Isak behind, they played the high line and Konate played that ball. Isak had like 4 yards to run into, right? Gakpo, Mohamed Salah, the pass to Gakpo was a high line by Man United. And also he doesn't talk about defense. Apparently this is the only one of the evidence that I think this is going to continue is that the guy is doing exactly what Couch is talking about, what critics talking about. He's only talking about attack. Bro, your defense is fucking wide open. You conceded 12 XG in 8 games in the Premier League.
Mhm.
This is, or 10 or something like this. I'm like double digits. Arsenal conceded 4. City conceded 7. You're conceding way higher XG in the game. If De Ligt can head, which is he normally would. If Bruno Fernandes had his shooting boots and it was 2-0. But someone's speaking about this as well. The problem is the manager doesn't see what people are talking about. He's not seeing that his defense is wide open. He thinks it's okay. I'm going to press. We need to score. Bro, you're not going to outscore everybody. You're not. That's not how
Especially with
football
Salah
works.
not looking like anything close to what he was, years past. Like he looks like a shadow of himself right now. I don't doubt that he can find his form again because I think that he's a quality player, no doubt about it, and he will find his form again. But when he's not clicking, and then you got like Wirtz coming in, Wirtz doesn't look like he understands that there's a difference in level in the Premier League, pace, power, all of that stuff. Then you got Ekitike. The only guy to me that looks like he should be playing every game is Ekitike and Szoboszlai. Those are the 2 guys that I look to. I'm like, those 2 guys at least are coming ready to play. You look at the likes of Isak, who looks like he really needed a preseason to at least acclimatize himself to his teammates. He looks completely out of it. And then
Husam disagrees with that. I'm gonna tell you. I actually Isak have had 2 chances in this game. One that he missed and a shot that he shanked. Otherwise, guys, apart from these 2 chances, guys, by the way, he had 10 other touches. Just 10.
Yeah,
That's on him as well.
Yeah, and instead of just saying,
okay, hold on, Ashraf. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Big up Jenny. Big up Mo. We're all here. Why is he upset? I don't know, because we have different opinions. Big up Mo. We're all here. Thank you, Jenny, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Big up everyone that joined us on Football Terrace, guys. Can we get to 400 likes live? That is the challenge today, guys. 400 likes live. The like button pushes the channel to new viewers. Also, if you're new here, I am 6 subscribers away from 44,400. So I'm trying to get to 45 at least. So hit that like button, subscribe.
let's go.
Let's go, guys. Come on now. Based on his interviews, he'll play.
Wait, what happened to the new Content Creator of the Year award? Who won that?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. It's in November.
That's a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mo is nominated.
You guys love these
November.
awards, man. Like Contact Creator of the Year, Best Left Back in the Premier League, Kirkes and Ballon. I don't know.
Kirkes? That's the biggest joke, bro. Come on.
I'm pretty sure I heard somebody say that he won Best Left Back in the league last year or something like that.
No, you're
That's-
talking
Yeah,
about,
it feels like it's someone in this panel.
you're
to be honest.
talking about the PFA team of the season. Yeah, he was on that.
whatever. All these awards here, and like, when you're
Ashraf,
looking for substance,
what do you mean
when you're
it's
looking
on
for the substance,
Isak?
he's
I'm
nowhere to
sorry.
be found,
Go
man.
back to that point. What do you mean it's on Isak?
Hmm.
Him getting the ball
I
11
mean-
times. So how's that his fault?
He was on the
I
ball
mean,
a lot,
so- So for starters, a couple of things. For starters, we're gonna obviously, like, inshallah, Husam is gonna go on his speech later and he's gonna defend himself. Poor Husam has been on the receiving end of a lot of cooking this last
This is
couple
not
of
a
days.
cooking. We're not trying to cook it. Like we're trying.
Yeah. But my
make
point
it
is,
reasonable.
when you sign a striker for 130 million, one of the biggest perks or one of the biggest things about Isak is people keep telling you about he's a much better footballer than Haaland. Yes, Haaland is a better scorer, but he's a better footballer. He's a better footballer than Gyökeres. He's a better footballer than this player. The one thing about Isak, he's not just an elite finisher. He also can do magic. Remember the assist against Everton when he dribbled past 4 people and did this and did this? This is why you pay the big money, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not just someone who can sit in the box and finish chances. No, he can create his own chances, right? So if let's say you're playing against low block, Isak can finish inside the box. He can head. He can do one-on-ones, but he can also dribble past people. If you're just getting someone who can only score when you create chances for him, then don't overhype your signing like that. Then say, I've bought another striker like Haaland, elite finisher, and I have to create for him. Outside that, he's got nothing else. The whole point of Isak, and we've seen it last season. And
But you don't believe that. But you don't. You
No, I do.
don't believe.
I do
this.
believe. No, wait.
But you
I do
don't
believe
believe
that.
that.
For a striker.
This is
Ashraf
the
said
irony.
Isak is better than Haaland.
You
in the summer.
yourself
Let me-
don't believe this.
La. Let me tell you
Ashraf
what I
said
believe.
Isak is better
Don't tell
than
me what I
Haaland
believe,
in
what
the
I don't
summer.
believe. What I do believe.
On this panel.
No. What I do
What
believe
I'm
is.
saying, I'm not
Yeah, he
defending
said
Haaland.
Isak is better
No,
than
you-
Haaland.
you-
What I
Wallahi,
do
hold
believe.
on,
By the way,
hold on.
wait. That's
What
the
is
whole.
this?
That's my point.
You yourself
my point.
told us this.
That's
Go
my
ahead.
point. Mo. My point is Isak is that striker. So he should be doing more. If I always thought Isak is just a finisher and nothing else, I would say, guys, why are you blaming him? He's always been that player. I'm going to criticize him because he's not been that player. He has been a
Okay.
player who would create
Fair
things
enough.
on a nothing. He has been a player who would take the ball from the middle, run, link up, do crazy things, and you wouldn't be able to stop him. That's why I said he's the best striker in the world, in my opinion. At least I said it last season. I'm not changing my energy. He's not been playing that way. So stop only talking about the chances he's been getting. Also talk about the fact that he's not doing what we have seen of him the last 2 seasons.
Facts.
And now
And
Hussam
here-
will come and tell you, if you want to play, if you want to run back last season's midfield, play Iketike, no problem.
You just
But if
shouted
you want
at
to play
Mo
Isak,
for saying what you say. Don't speak for me.
if you want to play Isak up top, you need to play Verts behind him. Why do I need special instructions to unlock Isak? What is this? Did he come with a manual guide? Or Isak only works if Verts is behind him? Why? What is this kind of manual? What is this broken washing machine? What do you mean? If I take Isak and put him in the same team of Liverpool last season, and I just replace Diaz or Nunes, whoever was playing up top, he should be able to do whatever these guys were doing and much better. Why do I have to have manual instructions of, play the other player who's also out of form, who's also been stinking it up, so that we can
Lord.
unlock the other shitty player who's also been stinking it up?
Rough.
What kind of logic is this?
Rough.
He's a world-class striker, but he's been garbage. Call it as it is.
Yeah. You know the thing is, and I think I said this
Can I
before.
respond or what?
Can we get
I was
Hussam to
laughed at on
respond,
stream
critic?
too. I'm pretty sure I was laughed at on stream because I was talking about there's one ball, right? And when Isak was dropping, you remember this, Mo. When Isak's dropping deep in Newcastle, getting touches and whatnot, those opportunities aren't afforded to him in this Liverpool team because there's a lot of players that want the ball and need the ball to feed. And now he has to learn to adjust to playing football, getting involved in the game without having the ball to feed all the time. And that's an issue. And I still think he's a quality striker. And I do.
Yeah, of course.
It'd be hell to play if he doesn't come good for you guys. I honestly, it'd be crazy. Like, never mind the Verts thing. Like, if Isak does not come good for you guys, it's crazy because you already had Iketike, who's already banging. Now he's coming off the bench. You know what I mean? So hell to pay if this guy doesn't come good. But truly, I just think that you have to find the chemistry and the balance. And I think that that's what Slot is trying to do. Like, everyone's talking about Slot, it's Slot's fault, like, he doesn't know how to set up this team. And like, I think it's a hard job. I think it's an extremely hard job to find the balance that can, play with the same sort of physicality and intensity that they did last year, and then also fit in all these new pieces, all these new shiny toys that don't play that style of football. That's a big, big challenge.
Hey,
and
I'm
like,
sure Iraola would have loved to have the hard.
the problem. The problem is though.
Coaching Isak. Verts,
You know what the
Salah.
problem is though. You know what the problem is though, Hussam?
I'm sure all these managers who have to work with trash this season.
Okay,
would
so
love
here's
that.
the thing then. So why are
I'm
you not
sure-
slot
I'm
out then? Why are you
Coach,
not
can I
slot out
speak?
then? You're saying that
What?
any manager, any
Is this
one
is
manager
this
can
like-
come in and
Go ahead,
correct these
go ahead.
mistakes, but you want him still to be your manager then. You want anyone to come in and fix these problems. Anyone could come in. I can do it. You just got to put Sabuzlai over there and put this guy over there. Then why do you still want him as your manager then? If like anyone could come in and do the job. You see, so like for me, it's not just that. It's finding the balance and chemistry within the side that you have right now. And there is none because you have about 4 or 5 new players that are building that spine that don't know how to play with each other. That's the first thing for me.
I don't know who said this earlier, if it was you, Couch, or Cam, I'm not sure, but having one passenger who doesn't run back and do stuff like Salah, that's fine because he's that incredible going forward. He can create things. But having 3 of them this season is an issue. They're trying to do, or who's the 4th?
Who's 4?
Mo.
When Verts play.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
not playing,
Verts,
man.
Salah,
He's coming off
Isak.
the bench.
That's the 3.
And
Who's
the
the
left
4th?
winger. And
It's hard to go at
No,
Verts right
Have you
Gakpo
seen-
comes back.
have you seen
Gakpo tracks back,
Kirkis?
bro.
Ask
Kirkis
Hussam.
is
Okay, I'm lying.
Fair enough.
Ask
Fair enough.
Hussam.
Fair
Ask
enough.
Hussam about Kirkis this season being left on an island to fend for it because
Fair enough.
Gakpo is being, and that's not Gakpo's problem, by the way. It's fucking Arne Slot. You guys know that in instructions, right? If the winger
Yeah,
doesn't
of course.
track back, It's definitely instructions. We all know these professional players, unless it's Messi. You know what I mean? But Gakpo, if Arne Slot is telling him to come back because he did it last season, he would have come back. But Gakpo doesn't come back because fucking Arne Slot thinks that it's all our attack. It's 70s, 80s Dutch football. We're gonna attack with 5 and only defend with 5, and that will
And
work.
that's what I was going to say.
Like this,
That's
know?
what I was going to say, because you brought up Messi, which is like the funny enough, that was the example I was going to use. They're trying to play the MSN style without having the MSN quality attackers who will finish 5 out of 6, 7 chances. Like that's what it is.
And also,
if you're going to play,
teams don't sit back. Okay, the difference MSN or having Bale, Cristiano, Benzema, whatever. Teams would actually leave 5 behind with them. But I've seen Salah being left with 1 defender. Adi, like that defender, okay, will come back when we come back. You know what I mean by this? Like MSN, there was 5 defenders and a midfielder. But Salah, Gakpo, well, you're leaving 1 defender with Gakpo and 1 defender with Salah, which is just normal, you know? But they don't track back. But anyway, let Husam respond, guys, just before we...
Anyway, guys, you know, I love this. The more they speak, the more they prove my point. First of all, Ashraf cosplays as this like guy that knows football, but he has agendas worse than Hamza when he wants to do it. Does he come with a manual guide? Every player comes with a manual guide. Messi comes with a manual guide. You have to afford for Messi being in the team. Every player in football history comes with a guide. That's how you use football players. You have to put players that work with each other. Just like you don't put mayonnaise on a chocolate cake, you don't put Nutella on a steak because they don't go with each other. You get me? So everyone comes with a guide. The reason why Isak is playing a different role at Liverpool than he's playing at Newcastle is because Newcastle were the team that were dropping deep. Newcastle were the team that set up in a low block and they were counter-attacking opponents, just like they counter-attacked you and Isak scored, just like they counter-attacked us and Isak scored, just like they counter-attacked City and Isak scored. That was their style. That was their persona last season. They would set up in a low block, Gordon, Isak, Murphy on the counter-attack, and they'd score goals. Guess what? Liverpool aren't set up for a counter-attack. So when Isak gets the ball with his back to goal, I need there to be a number 10 in that position, because I saw it against Atletico Madrid, and for the first 45 minutes, even Mo, who has been doing, you know, sort of anti-Verts or whatever you want, all season, even after that game, they're like, Verts and Isak are linking up with each other very well. Do I need my £100 million signing to unlock my £120 million signing? Yes, I need it. Just like Real Madrid needed Benzema to unlock Ronaldo and Bale. Just like you need players sometimes to unlock other players in the system. This is completely normal. What you guys need to understand is the more you speak, the more you address more players. You know, I'm sure someone's going to address Van Dijk later on. Someone's going to address Salah later on. Verts, Isak, Iktike, whoever you want. Khalas, it's open season now. Everyone has their individual thing. Husam, you said McAllister's world class. McAllister's playing like shit. What you guys need to understand is 9 outfield players aren't all shit. Look at what they do for the international teams. Even Kerkez himself, for Hungary, he's putting in Roberto Carlos crosses. He's part of a team that scores a equalizer at the end against Portugal. Szoboszlai scored the equalizer, by the way. Another Liverpool player who plays well in international duty for Hungary to maintain their chances of qualifying for the World Cup. All of these things are things that they do for international teams that are way worse than ours. And you may say, oh my God, this guy's playing against Slovakia. That guy's playing against Puerto Rico. Great. We lost to Crystal Palace. We lost to Galatasaray. We lost to Chelsea with Achimpong and Badiashile. We lost to Manchester United, who everyone agrees is the laughing stock. So we lost to players and teams that we are completely superior than. And people just don't realize that the problem is systematic and structural. There is a picture I can send in the Focus group chat for you guys to look at that has literally like nothing to do with anything individual, and this is the thing that you guys need to realize, because I sent this in the A-listers group chat, and I sent it in the Red Pill Blue Pill group chat earlier on. The picture I just sent you in the GC that you guys are all in, this has nothing to do with any individual. This has nothing to do with any player. Yeah, but this guy should drop deep, collect the ball, and get past 4 players, and then play the pass. Okay, great. Why is there this much space in that?
Yeah, but what? Okay, but this is one instant. I hate these stills because this is one instance in the game.
Yeah,
like seriously, like what we're looking at this thing, and you're saying like this is how you guys play. Is this how you play?
Can I please finish?
Sure.
Yeah. This is how we play, and it's even worse than this, because this moment right here that I just sent you in the group chat, minimum happened 50 times. When I was doing the watch along, I told guys, forget where the ball is. Ignore the ball. Look at where the ball isn't. Look at the spaces. When I first said the one pass is all it takes, people were laughing. How many passes did it take Bruno Fernandes to create a chance, like from DM? Oh, one long ball, and Mbuemo's one-on-one with the center back. One long ball, Cunha's one-on-one with the center back. One long ball, Mount is through. All these things are the things that are that you need to understand is a systematic issue. It's a systematic failure. We have an empty midfield because our DM has license to roam forward. With this midfield, you have to be able to start Ekitike and not Isak because it doesn't work. And you need to ask your fullbacks to not invert because we are not PSG, because we are not Barcelona. Kirkes can't invert. Bradley can't invert. Ask them to overlap, play like regular fullbacks. So the whole system is broken. I've used these two examples, and it's the truth. The game against Everton and the game against Atletico, our two best games. Look at the lineups we played in that game and look how it worked. The player that you have are all cussing out, which is Salah in that game. Both games, he got GA. Both games, he was actually looking very good on the football pitch. Why? Because I put the team in a position to succeed. Isak against Atletico should have scored, yes, but at least he was getting the ball. At least he was getting touches. At the end of the day, people need to understand, when all these players look like crap, it is impossible for me to sit here and go like, this guy should be doing this, this guy should be doing that. Let's criticize 9 outfield players because it's so obvious that the system is just not working right now. And
but again, you sound like your manager to me right now.
With dropping someone.
Yeah.
You sound like your manager to me right now, though, because all you're talking about is what you look like offensively. You're not looking at in transition and defensively. That's the issue for me. Like for me right now, the issue isn't so much how you guys attack. You guys got to figure that out.
No, actually, that is an issue. That's completely an issue.
You will figure that out, though. I'm saying the problem that you guys have right now is the fact that you don't work hard enough out of possession, and you have too many pedestrians in the
picture I just sent you is about defense, though, not about attack.
Okay, so even still, all you went, your whole diatribe you went on right now is about like this player needs.
No, but I was just responding to you guys' points. You're the ones.
But my point is that you guys still don't defend well. You don't have enough energy on the pitch. And the problem that Slot has right now is he wants to play all these players, but all those players together don't work well in terms of how.
And that's what I'm addressing. You're putting all the wrong combinations out there. How does
Wirtz, Ekitike, Salah, and McAllister get into the team right now? If you're looking for balance and players that can play like with the right sort of intensity to win a match.
Okay, very simple answer. McAllister deserves to get dropped.
Okay.
At this moment in time, stop shoehorning Soboslai at right back or at the number 10. Play him as one of the pivots. Play Gravenberg, Soboslai double pivot. Play Wirtz ahead of him. If you want to play Ekitike with Isak, start Ekitike left wing. That's our only hope right now. Yes, Gakpo scored the goal, but the rest of the game he was ass. Just like the rest of the team was ass. I'm not gonna sit up here and go like, "Well, Gakpo was amazing." No player.
He's your most dangerous player, though.
No player in the team was amazing other than Konate.
But Gakpo to me was the most dangerous player on the team.
Yeah, but Gakpo also missed a tap-in header. He missed 2 chances.
Also,
so many things.
He caused more havoc than anybody else did on your team. Like, that's just fact.
Yeah, but regardless, for me, look, we have to improve, and that comes systematically. And at this moment in time, listen, any player you want to drop is droppable, including Salah, including Isak, including anyone. Just put the correct combinations out there.
I'm still waiting to hear what this correct combination is.
Stop giving Gravenberg the license to roam forward. Because guess what? You're talking about defensively, right? The picture that I sent you, if Gravenberg doesn't have the license to roam forward, he'd be here. He'd be in midfield.
But even when you're showing me these stills right now, like a still doesn't really articulate how the game is played.
Minimum 20 times.
Maybe I don't know. I don't watch you guys as much as you do, so I'm gonna have to take your word for it. But when I seen you guys play, I didn't see no donut in the middle like that every time I see you play.
Yeah, I saw it once or twice.
That is very evident to me that would be something that somebody would point out time and time again.
Like that. We're typically the team that leaves the massive hole in the midfield. Like that's literally how we set up. So I don't know. There's a lot of copium. I'm just waiting for the United section. We talking a lot about the team that got their ass kicked. So I'm just waiting. But yeah, man, it's just copium at this point. Liverpool haven't looked good for 4 games now, 4, 5, 6 games. It's like the whole. I was praising Liverpool for winning games the way they were winning at the end and all that, and because I figured it would be sustainable. I was like, yeah, you got to win games like this to win a championship, but at some point you've got to also win games decisively. And I think yesterday Slot got outclassed, the whole team got outclassed. Like at the end of the day, Amorim, a manager who's been much maligned, came in with a plan, and Slot came out I'm sorry. The quote from Slot where he's like, "We haven't seen United play without Sesko." It's like, what? What? Are you serious? Like, first off, you have a lot, and Sesko's played 3 games or something, and he barely started any or hasn't played full 90 minutes. So to even say that messed you up, that I'd be more worried about that. It's like you got confused by us playing Cunha up top, like.
Also, him talking about Martin O'Neill addressed this very easy. He said, God forbid the opposition wants to change the formation coming to Anfield. What are you expecting? It's definitely happening.
Exactly. Stupid thing.
I can't. I'm going to defend Husam here. I'm not going to criticize Husam for what Slot is saying. Like, Slot being this, like, what is Husam? Husam is not doing the press conference. You know what I mean? He's not the one who's going around talking about set pieces. You know what I mean? I've seen no Liverpool fan complaining about, set pieces. They're like, we should do better in set pieces. Arne Slot should fix up. His interviews are being absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. Like him talking about Cisco, low block. Well, it's your job to fucking figure it out. What are you expecting? Teams to open up? He sounds loud. Now, to be honest with you, you know,
and the other garbage he said, by the way, about when McAllister was down with a head injury, the referee should look at it and they should know Liverpool. Oh, this is Liverpool. They don't do this stuff, so we will stop the play. Are you stupid?
I'm tired.
You want referees to go into games thinking this is Liverpool, so we'll referee the game differently.
No, listen. I hear a lot of people
I watched your whole video today, Mo.
I get people
where you were reacting to what others said, and what Martin O'Neill said is completely correct. And Arne Slot knows it. And by the way, Arne Slot knows it deep down. With all due respect, Amorim ain't gonna come to Anfield and attack you, bro. Like my mother knew that he was gonna set up defensively, and she don't even watch football.
The whole head injury.
But he sounds like Man City player. Remember, guys, Man City players every time they drop points, we criticize them because Rodri, Bernardo, Diaz,
Bernardo
No,
Silva.
it's what he sounds like Ten Hag second season.
Like, what are you complaining? Go ahead, Cam. I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna
my
say,
heading,
that injury thing. Like, listen, I completely understand if it was one of our players that did it and the run of play and like that happened and the ref paying attention to that, but the way it happened where it was Van Dijk coming through his own player, the ref's not even thinking about that. Like, if they had stopped the game for that and the goal got disallowed, that would have been criminal. In my opinion, like I get it. Like, no, I get it. No, I understand. I know.
No, it wouldn't. No, we gotta be honest. It wouldn't be criminal. It wouldn't.
In my opinion, because
it wouldn't.
At the end of the day,
Arsenal were fucking going on goal the other day, and they stopped the game. And Eze was about to shoot, and they had this with a head injury. It happened to Inter in the weekend, bro. Inter were going 4-on-2, and the fourth referee told them there's a head injury, and some of Inter players like complained. But they said it's a fucking protocol. If the game was stopped, to be honest with you guys, nobody would have complained. And if anyone complained, that's the protocol of the game. Until they change the protocol, Cam, I can't sit here and say if the game would stop, it would be criminal. It wouldn't be criminal. It happens. Arsenal were like 4-on-3, and Eddie was about to release, and the referee fucking whistled. And no one complained, Cam. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate.
I think they should make a rule that doesn't stop play if your own player hits your head.
What if it's concussed?
I understand, but I'm saying there has to be a rule where if your own player hits your head, then you continue the game because
really?
What if you have a cut in your head? What if Van Dijk hit his head?
We're talking about life and death here, possibly, man. You're talking about
guys are obviously going to different extremes. I get it, but the reality is there are a lot of teams that get touched on the face and fall down and pretend like they just got slapped.
Now they can make a rule. If you do this, Ashraf, you get a card and VAR can intervene. Now they can say VAR can intervene in head injuries to actually see if the player is play acting or not, like they do in penalties for diving. They do the same. If you dive, you get a yellow card.
I don't know if I like that, to be honest. I think that...
Anyway, moving on from that point, Cam, the thing about, to be honest with you, for Manchester United to break Liverpool like this, Amad Diallo on Kerkez and having Mbuemo do this to Van Dijk.
Twisted.
We have to speak about Van Dijk in that goal, to be honest. We have to speak about Van Dijk.
For me, Amorim, so people were losing. I don't typically talk tactics or lose my mind on starting lineups because it's just pointless for me. Everyone's like, oh, why isn't Sesko starting? And Amorim came out and said really quickly, I remember the line, I read it. It was like, well, we know we're going to get dominated in the air. Like, he knew it. He's like, we're not going to beat these guys in the air. And it was very clear when you actually watched how we play, we were just ready for every second ball. They're like, cool, like we're going to hook it for it. You're going to win the header. You would win it anyway. So why am I going to play Sesko when I know he's at a distinctive disadvantage? Because that's what we would want him for, right? Is to be tall, get his head on the ball. That is a big part of how we want to use him and how we've been trying to use him, cross the ball. He's like, he's got no chance against these guys right now. We're just going to win every second ball. They're going to win the ball. We're going to hoop along, and we're going to get on the ball. We're going to try and hit him in transition. And for me, you have to give a manager credit when he gets it right, because everybody's always ready to tear him down when he got it wrong, and he figured it out. He was like, "This is how I'm going to beat Liverpool."
Yeah, but that game, do you want to honestly? That game doesn't tell me anything about Man United. I have seen him coach big games very good.
No, for sure. But remember, I said this. I'm like, the Sunderland win. Everyone's like, no pressure, and then I was like,
Liverpool, very easy to figure out. Liverpool, Chelsea figured them out. Like Galatasaray figured them out.
The one thing it did give me is that, coming out of Sunderland, everyone's like, oh, no pressure. And I said it when we were all on stream. I'm like, for me, we got to win 2 in a row. If we win against Liverpool after beating Sunderland, that tells me a little bit more. If we then go and beat Brighton, that's going to tell me a lot more. But
yes. Now he goes and beat Brighton. Because I'm not depriving him of any credit of beating Arne Slot on Liverpool at Anfield. That is a trophy. That is a trophy by itself, right? And he, to be honest, he coached a magnificent game, a great game by Ruben Amorim. I'm not going to actually say anything about his tactics. It was absolutely brilliant, actually. But I have seen this happen in big games by him. He dominated Arsenal. He dominated Man City. Last season, he won against Man City.
Sure.
He played good against Chelsea.
Listen, I get it. I'm just saying.
Because it's easier to read the big teams. It's harder. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you play
what
big
about
teams,
Sunderland?
No,
he
but
dominated Sunderland, and Sunderland are in good form. Sunderland were playing at home, by the way, as well.
But here's the thing.
Very good win.
The reason you got to give him credit, because at the end of the day, as much as it's easier to figure out the big teams, we still in 10 years have not figured out how to win at Anfield. We just hadn't, right? He went and did something that has not been done for a long time.
Arne Slot did it, Cam. Arne Slot did it.
At the end of the day, when I look at the way he managed the team and the substitutions and everything, and even just the way we're like, we created a lot of chances. Like the Bruno chance for me is that 9 times out of 10 Bruno buries that, and that game's done. Like I'm sitting there, and I'm when he brought in, like people were talking a lot of shit about Sesko. The way he brought him in and how he used him, Sesko was brought in. He didn't even use him as a target man. He's like, you're going to hold up play. He's like, you're just going to become another facet of a player that's going to hold up play. We're going to hook the ball long, and we're not even trying to use you as a proper striker at this point. It's like, just cause a little bit of havoc. Let us hold on to the ball. And after Liverpool scored and everybody thought, okay, here we go, we switched back on. It was clear tactics. Everyone was like, oh, they're sitting back. I'm like, of course he is. He's letting them have the ball. And Mo, did I not say it? And some, I said, I expect a draw. We're going to score early. I said this, that you could clip it. We're on stream together. I said, we're going to score early, and then we're going to absorb pressure for the entire game. And we did. And I was like, we're going to end up conceding. I did not think we were going to win the game. I said draw, so I can't claim that. But the passion, the way he played that game, you're right. It was easy to figure out what he needed to do. Get the early goal, absorb pressure, brought on Sesko, did the same thing, hold on to the ball. And the moment they scored, we switched back on, boom, goal. That's literally the I'm so pumped about this win. I don't think you understand. I can barely articulate how happy I am about the win, especially with Maguire, because I'm one of the few people who have literally never really come down on him. After we dropped him and all that stuff, I was like, this guy has gone about his business. He's been quiet. He's been a leader in the background. He's scored big goals for us. When you play him in a back three where he does not need to play a high line or get back to defend, he is one of our best defenders. And I'm more than happy to keep him around if he takes a pay cut. Plain and simple. Like, I think a player like, and I'm going to talk about Maguire because most people don't, like, a player like that in your squad, you can't just have a squad of players. And we're seeing with Liverpool where every single player needs to get in the team every week or they're going to be upset. The Chelsea team's the same thing. You need players who are like, call me when you're ready and I'll be there. You need these guys, and you need these guys in the locker room, in the dressing room, who are going to look around and be like, I'm the adult in the room right now. Maguire's the adult in the room for us right now. So I think a lot of people were looking at Amorim sideways at some of his selections. I do believe what he's doing with Manu at the moment is probably the right thing. And I have to say it. I have to say it because I think eventually Bruno's not going to be in this team anymore. And he's kind of said that spot's his. But you're not going to bench your best player for a young kid who is going to have a ton of pressure leaped onto him as soon as he puts on there. Everybody was talking about, look at how he's managed a lot of our young players coming up. The Matthias de Ligt's come in, he's not that young, he's 25, whatever. Lemens, the keeper, first off, that's another piece that not a lot of people are talking about. That keeper made saves that Onana and Bayindir would have thrown in the net. And I'm not thinking incredible saves, right? Just the confidence to come out, not look like an idiot, proper saves that the defense looks back and goes, oh, okay, we can play football now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to worry about you making a mistake. The midfield doesn't have to worry about the keeper not coming for just on crosses alone. Just coming to I haven't seen a keeper collect a cross or a corner for a year. And I'm not exaggerating. If you watch United, it's basically Onana drop, Bayindir drop into the net, falls to somebody's feet, easy goal.
You know, Man United are 2 points behind Liverpool and 1 point behind Chelsea.
It's crazy. So at the end of the day,
It's fucking
if we go on to win against Brighton, which I do believe we will, but that's our bogey team. It's that for me, that game is going to mean as much as this game. I'm not going to say more because you can't mean more than beating Liverpool at Anfield. I don't care what anybody says.
If
Wait, what would that mean? Let's say you win. What does that mean? Like, what do you guys think will happen then?
For me, if we go on and beat Brighton, I think we go on a run and we probably go unbeaten for the next 2 or 3 games after that. I think the Amorim system and the players start to settle in. The fact that we've seen reports where the players don't want him gone. That's why that's a big reason why.
No, but I meant in the context of the season.
Oh, in the context of the season, all of a sudden,
the target is top 6.
The top target is top 6, but if we go on and beat Brighton and then Tottenham's in a few games later, all of a sudden, we always say you have to shift your expectations based on what you see.
Yeah, 100%.
If we beat Brighton, then go on and beat Tottenham a few weeks later, top 4 is the goal now. It's not top 6 anymore because now all of a sudden you still want to listen. You'll still.
You know how crazy that sounds, right?
It does sound.
You know how crazy that sounds.
I hear you. You still have to be
because
happy.
whoever manager you're gonna finish above needs to be sacked regardless of the circumstances.
I hear you.
That, right?
I hear you. But
like from Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, even if it's Pep, if Ruben Amorim with this team finishes above whoever manager, that manager needs to be put under investigation.
I'm not disagreeing, but I'm saying I would change my expectations if he goes on and pulls this off.
Your team is playing. Why aren't you watching?
Then I'm excited.
I am watching.
Then I'm excited, and I'm looking at it as the team that could finish.
What do you mean his team?
But at the end of the day, if we finish top 6, I'm not upset. If we finish top 5, I'm not upset.
Oh, our bitch.
I mean, if you finish top 5, you'd get the Champions League.
I mean, look at the
guys.
Look at the chest after 2 straight wins. This is crazy.
Cam's attempt to make this about
he goes on a 2-game winning streak. He's like, yo, man, top 4 is now not out of reach.
No, I said we have to go on and beat Tottenham. That would mean we're on a 5-6 game winning. That's different.
Okay,
I said we have context.
I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that talk you're giving us here, but like honestly, impressive.
Let me do this super chat.
I think your keeper.
I just want to say Cam's attempt to make this about United is genuinely like it's beautiful. I love it. You get me? Make it about your club, trying to go like, oh, well, let's talk about the team that won. No one gives a fuck, bro. Respectfully, like you're completely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things right now. We know you're gonna lose.
Don't let him eat on you right now. Don't let him eat.
But you know, Husam, I'd agree with you if they didn't beat Sunderland.
Have a button like as soon as Husam speaks, I have to speak. Habibi, let me speak, bro. I spoke. What the fuck, bro? Like as soon as I open my mouth, bro, let me speak.
I'm saying don't let him cook you, man. There's no reason for him.
Let him go for a second.
Let him go. I want to hear what he's about to say. Actually, I was so intrigued. Yeah,
anyway, guys, I'm gonna start all over again because he just ruined my train of thought. So I'm gonna start from the same exact statement that I started with. Every time you interrupt me, I'll start from the same word.
Go ahead.
You know, Cam's attempt to make this about Manchester United is it's genuinely cute. I love it. You get me? It's the fact that you have to make this about your own club and we won and let's talk about the club that we won. But we all knew, even headed into the game, that this game is all about Liverpool Football Club. We lost. It was a disaster. If we won, people would have said, okay, Liverpool are back running things the right way now. That's just how it goes right now. This moment in time, no one is really concerned about Man United. You're not relevant enough for us to have a whole segment about Manchester United because that's what you're at right now as an institution. We know that next Sunday or Saturday or whenever you're going to lose your next game, and then the same people are going to go online and tell you Amorim out and blah, blah, blah. We know.
Gentlemen,
nothing is
now I'm going to stop.
At the end of the day, you have to finish in the top 10. That's your target now. Get to the top half of the table.
Now I'm going
and
to stop.
take it from
Ladies
there.
and gentlemen, you are seeing a broken man coat right in front of you, and it's beautiful. At the end of the day, this dude a week ago said, we are getting 15 points. We are getting 15 points from the next 5 games. That is what Husam said. And he is on fucking 0. So straight up, all I'm going to say is you can sit there and be like, oh, it's not about United. In a few weeks.
It is not about United because you just made it about Liverpool as your response.
No, Liverpool at the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, Liverpool, look at it right now. You spent 400 M's to hold on to a championship. And at the end of the day, we're going to be talking about you in 6 weeks fighting for top 4. That's what's going to be relevant.
We'll see.
That's what's going to be the conversation. If y'all don't figure it out in 4, 5, 6 weeks, it's going to be, wait, is Liverpool going to?
No, but I'll be honest with you. You're doing the if game, though. If you don't figure it out.
No, we're doing the right now.
Why are you saying if? Since you're so confident, just say it with your chest.
United.
Say it with your chest. You're confident. Say it. Say it.
You just lost to United after 10 years at Anfield. You said there's no
Habibi,
way
just
we're
say it
losing
with your
against
chest.
United.
Why you
No
scared?
way. Nah, dude, I'm not sitting here being you guys are relevant. No, it's relevant right now. After
The thing
10
is,
years,
Cam,
Ruben Amorim, one of the worst managers in the Premier League, couldn't win back-to-back, just went and fucking slapped you in your gap. Slapped you. That's what's relevant right now. That's what's relevant. That's what we're talking about. At the end of the day, bro, you're about to lose the back-to-back titles that you were hoping to get under Arne Slot, this great manager who's come in, who clearly won with Klopp's team. Clearly, look at him. He can't figure.
Now he's just being. Now he's just
sitting there
so
losing your mind about this manager. He's not going anywhere, Husam. You're not firing him. So what's going to happen? Husam, tell me what is going to happen when you don't.
Critic, you see why you should let me speak? See, he's right.
To use a $130 million player, another $113 million midfielder. What are you going to do when he still can't figure it out 7 weeks from now? What are you going to do? Who are you going to go fucking get? Huh? Who are you going to go get?
I'm in your head.
Who's going to save you? No one. All of a sudden, you who don't spend money, the team is they're going to go, wait, we can't spend for the next 6 years. And you're going to go back to the fucking ghetto. That's what's going to happen. So I don't care, dude. You can
I've known Cam for 3 years now.
You can say we're
I have never ever seen him scream like
this.
this
Successful
on
season
any
will be
video.
finishing in Europe.
I have seen him there after the 7-0, and he was never ever this angry.
A successful season for you was to try to win back-to-back. You are going to walk out of this campaign with no trophies after spending 400. I'm saying with checks, 400 M's. 400 M's. You're going to walk into this season with nothing. Nothing. And we're going to be on. So here it is. There it is.
I've never seen him this angry his whole life. He's Canadian as well. You guys know Canadian people.
I gassed him up, man. Put a little gas in there. He's going.
So angry. He's genuinely so mad. I love it.
Bro, that's what's relevant.
It's fine.
He's
just pushing the idea that United is relevant when he knows right now. You're
it doesn't take much for United to be relevant again. You already know.
Guys, question. Liverpool.
I'm actually going to do a poll. I'm actually going to do a poll. If Cam Cook is rattled, actually. I'm actually going to. We have a lot of Liverpool. We have a lot of Liverpool fans and a lot of rivals fans. I want to do this poll. Actually,
that's good.
We actually don't have a lot of Liverpool fans.
We do.
We have a lot of Liverpool fans.
No, but the footy judgment audience is usually quite unbiased and honest. So, Liverpool next play Brentford away. They play Villa, who you could say are in decent form.
I'm gonna lose,
and then
that
they play
That doesn't mean that it's a fact.
And then they play Man City away. Do you guys think by the time they finish playing Man City, they could be? I'm not going to say out of the title race. That's obviously stupid in October or November. But do you guys think they could be like 7-8 points behind?
Also, Ashraf, let me cosplay as this realistic, objective fan. Will also come here and go like, if we win,
I'm asking a question.
If we win all those games,
how is that possible? The thing is, now you know how Husam is rattled because Husam has been cooked by so many people over the last 2 weeks.
I'm the only one that
he's using the exact same line he used on Vader. Vader cosplays as a football fan when he doesn't know football. So now he's using the same line on me. He's gonna, and you know, he knows he cannot use that on me because he knows I destroy the football debate.
Wallahi,
you cannot. Every debate we have had with Husam, I've destroyed them. Husam has actually had to apologize on this stream 2 weeks ago saying, guys, I got it wrong about Rivaldo. He actually did play in the Champions League. It was my mistake.
That
Yeah,
has nothing
so
to
don't do
with
that crap.
football.
You will
Okay.
never beat me in a debate. Don't think I'm one of
That
these
has nothing-
casuals, bro.
I don't need to
I'm
be-
not
I
that
don't need
guy.
to beat you. I don't need to
He's
beat you in a debate.
cosplaying as someone who
Crazy
is
how I'm
objective.
the one. I'm the only one on the panel that lost, including Mo this weekend, and I'm the calmest one. It's crazy.
Mo
Everyone's
lost.
head-
What'd you lose?
Everyone's head's gone.
Inter
I was
Milan
about to
lost.
answer Ashraf's- I was about
I'm
to answer
calm. I don't know what you're talking
Also,
about.
when I
It's
said the
carefree
son
over
of
here, man.
Rivaldo, I named the fact that happened in the past that wasn't true, and I corrected myself. That does not mean that I lost the debate. That means I
It's
corrected.
not a
You
football
also
debate.
apologized for the Thomas
Anyway,
Partey
exactly.
debate, by
So,
the way, and you
Anyway,
you
as I was
apologized for the
saying
Thomas
before
Partey
Ashraf's
debate,
head is
and
exploding,
Wolfie tomorrow
look at him
will
shout,
attest
look
to
at him
it. So
shout.
yeah.
Look at him shout.
Wait,
He's
Inter
shouting.
Milan
He's so
lost. I
mad.
didn't even know a lie.
Anyway, as I
We
was
didn't
saying,
lose, Ashraf. We
It's
didn't.
so Crystal Palace not.
So why is he? So why is he spreading fake facts? What do you mean? What does he mean? Mo lost. What did you
spreading
lose
fake
then, Mo?
facts by getting information wrong and correcting myself.
No,
How's
now,
that
but
spreading?
Mo.
Move on from the Inter thing.
You said Mo
Anyway,
lost.
as I was saying, you get me before I was rudely interrupted. Ashraf cosplays as this like objective fan, and I'm very objective. What if Liverpool lose the next 4 games? Are they out of the title race? Okay, and if we win the next 4 games, Ashraf will come here and go like, guys, Liverpool signed Isak, Wirtz, they have Salah. They are expected to win these games. With the
You
big
really
money
think I'm that
signings
guy?
that you made
Are
in
you
the
lying on
summer,
my name now?
you're expected to win all these games. We expect you to win the games. When you spent 400 million in the summer, you should be beating these teams. And now he's asking us, so what happens if you lose? Are you out of it?
Yes, this is the same Arsenal fan who 2 weeks ago said if we lose the league, it's on us and has nothing to do with the other teams. And Hussam knows this, but because Hussam is so desperate now and he's backed into a corner, he's like, let me fabricate
Not backed
and lie
into a
about what
corner
other
at all.
people
I'm
would say
responding to your
because
question.
I am getting this job. By the way, Fermin Lopez is killing it. Because he's
Good
backed
goal.
into a corner. He's like, let me make it seem like Ashraf is saying something else. When Hussam works with me and knows that I don't say that crap. I've already said if we don't win the league, it's on us. We're a better team than Liverpool. We should be winning.
I
the
never
league.
brought up Arsenal. That's how I know you're raging right now. Because I
No, because you
spoke
said
about
if
Liverpool.
Liverpool win the
I
next 4
said
games,
if we
I'm
win
going
the
to
next
say
4 games, he's gonna come here and go like, you're expected to beat all those teams. And what?
no. I don't expect you to beat City at Etihad. Why are you lying on my name? I never said that. Not even if you're in form, I don't expect you to beat City at
You
Etihad.
expect us to
So
win
now what?
4 out of the next 5. Happy now?
It's not again 4 the next 5. Get your numbers correct. City is 4 games away.
Yeah, you're not counting the Champions League. I'm counting the Champions League.
You never used to,
Frankfurt.
man. I'm surprised.
We have Palace in the cup.
You
next
turned over a
Wednesday.
new leaf, man. You're not counting in the Champions League.
Palace game is also at Anfield, so you get me. It's a
Uh-huh.
must win.
I mean, I'm counting your Premier League games. That's why I
Yeah, I
mentioned
didn't know you were
Brentford,
talking about Premier
Villa.
League alone.
Okay, so I said Brentford, Villa, City. Which game outside the Premier League did I mention in those 3?
Okay, and I responded with using the next 5 games. I'm using the next 5 fixtures, including all competitions. I said, okay, you expect us to win 4 out of the next 5. That's it.
Oh, that's great. If you win, then we'll have a different conversation.
Mo, I can't lie. You say 2-0 if Bruno had the boots on. Let's not pretend we didn't miss any chances, but I never said that, Fonzie. I never said that.
He's
Agree
calling
Man
out
United
Liverpool defensively, which is correct. More, that is.
agree Man United deserved to win, but both had chances, which is the problem is that is your manager is actually talking about. That's what everyone in the world now is talking about, including Liverpool fans, Fonzie. Your manager is coming out talking only about the offensive side of the game. What about Van Dijk pointing? What about Kirkes being cooked? Yeah, like, what about your midfield being wide open defensively, which is what Cam and Critic were talking about. The donut hole might appear offensively. What about that donut hole defensively? What about your midfield not contributing defensively? What about your wingers being passengers on the pitch like what Ashraf said? They're passengers. You cannot play football matches with 4 players as passengers unless you're Pep Guardiola. Man United
Even
fans
Pep
know your
doesn't do that
place.
anymore.
Remember where you are on the table. My man Nippon, Man United are 1 point behind the mighty Chelsea world champions. So I don't know where football. I don't know why Chelsea fans like 1 point behind world champions.
100 of 1,766 of your world.
Like
champ.
seriously, Man
Say it
United
again,
are
please.
1 point
One more time,
behind you.
please.
1 point behind Chelsea. I think that
Suddenly
is.
Lewis appears in the chat, by the way.
Yeah. You never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. You'll never win again. Florian, Ben 10 Verts equal Isaac combo are going to walk the league.
Yeah, but
Bro.
here's the thing. If anyone on the panel, except Cam, because this club is dead, if anyone on the panel signed Isak and Verts in the summer, you would have all said you're going to win the league. So what? So, guys, let's go back to May. If I give Ashraf Isak and Verts, what he's going to say? Oh, we're not going to win the league, guys. We're underdogs. Of course, he's going to believe his team. You guys are so weak in the chat. Because last season when I did Leopard in the 3, you were like, why is this guy saying that they're the underdogs? And when I'm confident, why is this guy arrogant? What the fuck, bro? I do expect that we have to win a major trophy this season. I said it from the beginning, either UCL or Prem, or it's a failure. That's it.
By the way, even though it's not the same problems, it's very reminiscent of what happened to City last season when they lost those first 2 games and people said, guys, it's just 2 defeats. They'll pick it up. And okay, that's the reason I'm saying it's not the same is because City lost a massive player and they just couldn't recover from it. Obviously, it's not the same thing with Liverpool, so they probably have a better chance. But you need to
City
ensure it
didn't
doesn't
lose only
go
one
on.
player. City at some point had no defenders, had no fullbacks.
Yeah, City had more injuries than
No,
you
no,
guys.
I'm
Haaland was
saying
out
when they
for
went-
Haaland was out for
Wait,
12
wait,
games
wait,
after
stop.
last season.
Stop. You said City had more injuries than us. Again, that's a factually
I
incorrect
never
statement.
said
at the
I
start
never
of the
said
season.
that.
Not you, Mo.
I
Not you,
never
Mo.
said that.
Not
the
you,
start of the
yeah,
season.
Habibi. Hussam said it. Hussam
Yeah,
said
at the start
City
of
had
the
more
season.
injuries.
At the start of the season, yeah.
No, you said last season. Last season we had the most injuries.
Yeah, at the
in
beginning of the
2027.
season, that part
Which
where
wasn't
they
an
lost
excuse,
1 in
I'm just telling.
15, where they won 1 in 15.
But that's not
had
why
a
they
lot of
lost those
injuries.
games. There's not why they lost those games, bro. They
I
lost to
never said that's
Brighton
why. I'm
and
just saying in the
Bournemouth.
beginning they had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, but it started after Rodri's fall. Before that, they were winning the first 6 games. They won 5.
6-6 or something like this, or 7.
No. They drew against Arsenal, which was the 4th game or the 5th game. They won 5 out of 6, and they drew 1. They started well. They drew to us at Etihad.
Oh, that was the 2-2 game.
The 2-2. Yeah, the Haaland.
Can we just finish this? What is Isak better than Haaland at? Quickly,
It's a
Ashraf.
question for Ashraf to answer because he's the one.
We
on the panel.
explained this plenty of times.
I think he's better. I think he's a better dribbler. I think he's a better passer. Although Haaland has improved his passing this season, I'll say that.
I think
better. Huh?
Haaland's passing's gotten
Sorry?
way better.
Yeah,
but
this
that's
season.
what Ashraf is saying. He's improved
Yeah,
massively.
but like when I made that
But
statement,
guys,
it was at the end of
all
last
these
season.
statements. Can I just state this for every Chelsea City fan out there, including Martin, all the people that work with us, guys? When we made these statements, that was at the end of last season when Isak ended the season and Haaland ended the season. Isak last season, create for himself. Haaland. Now we're
Shots
seeing
from outside the goal.
Now we're seeing what Pep worked on and how Haaland worked and his dribbling, his passing. Now we can because he improved. So I don't know why people think it was crazy to say that Isak was the better overall player than Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Nobody disagreed with that. Haaland is the better number 9 striker. No one is saying that. No. It's
Does
crazy.
everyone now think Haaland is the best in the world?
Best striker?
I still don't.
No, not
I-
for me.
I
Not for me. Not for me. Not for me.
I think
I
you'd be
would
hard
give
pressed
any
to find
question.
somebody better.
For
than him.
me, I think Harry Kane is number 1.
Mm,
Oh, I don't even think it's Kane either for me.
For me, Harry Kane, because
Say wallahi,
bro,
you're gonna say Mbappe.
But he plays
Who's
as a
gonna say-
striker, obviously. I will say Mbappe. He literally plays as a
Did
striker
you watch?
only.
Did you watch?
He's not
Madrid
been playing as a
Getafe?
left winger. Yes,
Did you
I know
watch-
he missed 4 or 5 chances. I know, and he scored one. I get it. So did Haaland against who did they
Mbappe
play last?
misses a lot of chances, Ashraf.
And so did
For-
Haaland.
for me,
Haaland could have
it's
had
not.
4 or 5 goals last game, and he missed 3
No,
or 4
but
chances.
Haaland against Everton, I think they created them 5 chances and he scored 2 of them. Like we have to say, genuinely, as a striker, Haaland is definitely more clinical than Mbappe.
100%, yeah. Finishing
oh,
wise.
yeah.
Yeah, but
As a
I
footballer,
think the
Mbappe
gap
is better,
between-
but as a finisher, pure finisher, I'm taking Haaland.
Me too.
I think the gap between Haaland and
I
Mbappe
actually
in
now
finishing is not that big. But the gap in every
both of them.
I think the gap between Haaland and Mbappe is not that big when it comes to finishing, but I think the gap between Mbappe and Haaland in everything else is like superior. Like he's
Mbappe's dog shit in passing, Ashraf.
Hasn't Haaland?
I don't
Mbappe-
think that's true at all. What do you want? That's not true at all. This guy had the most assists in league 2 seasons ago, where he was giving through balls and crosses
Every
from the
time
left.
I'm watching Mbappe at Real Madrid, his passing is, or maybe he doesn't pass. His passing is not elite. Like Harry
He
Kane
doesn't
is
pass
elite.
that much, bro.
Exactly.
Harry
that.
Kane is different in passing. Yeah.
Husam's logic is fleeting as Liverpool form. I don't know what that means.
Fleeting means it's like dying, or it's like.
Since Gakpo hit the post 3 times, is he off form? Well, number
Bro,
one,
no one
one
is
of,
on form at Liverpool other than who? Maybe Gravenberg.
number one,
player
I'm
on
gonna say
form in the
this.
whole club.
Gakpo hit the post by accident because he tried to cross. The first one, every Liverpool fan will tell you he should score. By the way, hitting the post sometimes is not an excuse, or shooting on target doesn't make it better because you took a shot on target and you hit the post, right? Like Bruno Fernandes hit the post, right? He's still taking a
Yeah,
game.
no, but that shot was so good though. The one Gakpo took when he caught and took a shot. Yeah, I know it hit the post, but it was still very good
The
shot.
second one. You're talking about the second one, the one that he cut in.
Yeah, sorry,
and
not
dribbled.
the cross. Yeah, not the cross. The cross was
The
fluke.
cross one, it was the cross. No,
Was flukish. Yeah.
Gakpo hit the post 3 times. The first one,
Yeah.
he should score Ashraf. Don't tell me hit the post. The goal was
Which
wide
one?
open in
Which
front
one?
of him. The first one, the Salah played him through. He was facing the goal.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm talking about the shot when he cut in and shot.
The second one when he cut in and shot, yeah, that is good one. You
That's a
see,
good
I
shot,
don't blame
yeah.
him. Yeah. Slot saw Arteta put party at right back and he said, yeah, haha, Liverpool was playing FC 26 with their signings. Only Chelsea are better at flushing away
I promise you,
money.
Slot is not copying Arteta with a single thing. Slot is trying to copy Pep and fucking it up, and he's trying to copy Enrique and fucking it up. He's not trying to copy Arteta at all. There's literally zero similarities.
Yeah, 100%.
Also,
He's
Arteta's
trying to
not
copy
the first-
Enrique. I agree with
Also,
Sam.
Arteta is not the first one to play a midfielder at right back and invert him. Please put the fries in the bag. Stop acting like Arteta's the inventor of stuff. He's not.
English talent is saying United are so much better ever since Euro, the one who didn't play, who didn't start. See that shit like this doesn't make. And Menu got us far away, even though Euro plays for Man United. It's not about that. It's about the big game.
Yeah, I'm just
It's about the big game.
Euro plays a lot, and what we're doing with Euro is actually really smart. Like, he's a young kid, and Amorim, if we're keeping it 1,000, plays all of his center backs. Like, I've never seen a manager do this. It doesn't make sense to a lot of us. But at the 60th minute, 62, between 65, one of the center backs who's on the bench will come on. Whether it's Euro who started or not, if he didn't start, he's the first one on. If he started, he's on. So he's played a lot, and he's been a huge piece of our team. And then Manu, at the end of the day, Manu's been playing from the 60th minute on, roughly. He didn't play him in the last game until the 80th because he didn't really need to. And at the end of the day, the game didn't suit Manu. Like, bringing Manu into that game, like, where we're not playing with possession, where you need a guy with legs. Like, you brought him in at the 80th, and Manu was actually really good because he was.
Yeah, that's why, like, the second part of this, Amorim gets the club and stop overhyping this Carrington front.
No, it's like, if you actually watch the games, like, this is why I said I listen, I want Manu to be very successful, but what he's doing with Manu, I'm not upset. I get what he's doing because he seemingly has a plan for him. When he comes in, there's a role for him. It's just he needs to play more. But like we're seeing with all these other players who are being shoehorned in because they need to play more, sometimes that's not the right thing to do. So I can't get mad yet. I'm still very much.
But then you shouldn't get mad if he leaves next summer. You shouldn't get mad about that either. Then.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about Manu. I don't think he leaves next summer, and I will be mad. But at the end of the day, I will say this: if we're winning, Ash, and I mean this, if we finish like top 5, whatever, and we're winning, and Manu wasn't part of it, like, you're right. I cannot get mad if he leaves because we're winning. I'm not a player. That's not who I am. I do love certain players. Like, Rashford was on my wall. Was I upset when Rashford left? No, because at the end of the day, it's about the team. And Amorim seems to actually, he's got such conviction, it's hard to be mad at him. It's actually hard to be mad at him because he's like, fuck it. I don't care. When he came out and said, what would it look like? He actually said this quote, what do you think my players would think of me right now if I just started doing everything you guys are telling me to do? How do you think those guys in the dressing room? This is a guy who's an ex-player who knows how to manage players. He's like, they'd look at me sideways. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna do. I think it's gonna work. I can't.
Even Lamon's passing from the back was very good.
I think I have to credit Cam for one thing genuinely now, not even bullshitting. I actually think I think Cam is the only one that sort of understands what Amorim is doing and like actually gives him praise when he deserves it and gives him stick when he deserves it. Like, you know, some people like Staffy in the chat, he went on the football terrace after the game and completely credited the players and completely ignored the manager. I think Amorim set up perfectly at Anfield, actually. He counteracted what Slot was trying to do 100%. And he actually did have a plan and stuck to the plan and it worked. I think you can't credit the players when you're winning and then just blame the manager when you lose. You have to have like a certain thing. Like as an example, I'm blaming Slot right now for our like form basically. If tomorrow he fixes up the style and the tactics and he actually puts the correct combinations out there, maybe he allows Gravenberg to like basically be the sitting DM, etc. I'm gonna give credit to Slot for fixing these things, for looking at the issues and fixing them. So you have to keep the same energy. If we beat Frankfurt tomorrow 4-0 and Slot fixes the tactical issue and the players are performing, we will come here and go like, credit to Arne Slot, you fixed it. So I think you have to have that consistent level of energy where you're just not like, you can't do like what Staffy did as an example. You just go like, oh, the players are warriors.
To be fair to Staffy,
was unbelievable.
Real quick, to be fair to Staffy, because I talked to Staffy quite a bit. I'm talking to him in a minute, but I talked to him enough. I think his biggest thing with not being able to give Amorim
Staffy knows ball.
To not give him credit though is that Staffy just doesn't like the way Amorim sets up. Sometimes he just doesn't like it, and that's not like that's his opinion. He's allowed to be like, I would like us to play differently, and I think even when it works, when we play the Amorim style, he doesn't love it. So that's kind of his biggest.
Yeah, but here's the issue with that. Here's the issue I have with that.
Can I guys finish the super chats first?
Just one quick thing. I'm just gonna say this quickly, like. Because I heard what Husam says, and I agree to an extent, but you can't necessarily say, okay, it's going to work here. It only works. You only give him credit when he does what you want him to do. Like, for me, you just have to trust the manager. Like has he earned your trust from what he did last season?
He's a Chelsea fan.
No, I'm serious. Like, did he earn your trust from winning the title last season? You don't think that he's a decent enough manager to figure out what it is that's going on? Unless he does what you want him to do, you're not going to give him credit for the.
What, are you asking Cam or me?
I'm speaking.
He's asking you, Husam. He's asking you.
No, of course. That's why I'm not Slot out. I just want him to fix it. That's it.
Yeah, no, I don't think, and I think at the end of the day, it's like wanting a manager to do what you want them to do is just an opinion thing. I don't think Staffy 5 games from now,
it doesn't mean it's right.
He's going to be upset that we're winning games. He just would much prefer us play different.
No, I don't think he'll be upset.
That's the thing. And then Leman's comment, by the way, Lemans was not good at passing from the back. He was just hooping the ball forward.
I just think he didn't give credit to the manager, which is very disingenuous.
He did it, and he won't because that's just what it is. Like, you just got to deal with it. Like, that's where I am with him. I know he's not going to go out of his way to praise how Amorim plays until it garners huge results. So I just leave it.
Winning 2-1 away at Anfield, having created 5 big chances, is a huge result.
It's a big result.
And it's a fantastic tactical thing, actually. It's just fantastic.
By the way, you guys remember when Ferguson's United used to go to Anfield? They used to struggle there like crazy. And I'm talking about the time when they won the three-peat. I'm not talking about like shit United. Like, come on. Like,
are you home today in the Champions League or away?
Home.
We're at home.
Even Lamont's passing from the back is very good. Yeah, it was very good, actually.
No, it wasn't. He just hooped it forward.
No, he didn't.
I don't think you can give credit to Le Mans.
There were 1 or 2 times when he played it really well.
1 or 2 times he was really pressed and he passed it in the middle, calm and composed. Like, it doesn't
a couple of ones compared to Onana, of course, he's a lot better.
Guys, come on now, give credit when credit is due. Would you guys consider Liverpool serial winners? That is a fantastic question.
Serial winner?
That is a phenomenal super chat because I don't know the answer. Would you
consider? You don't know the answer?
It's no.
No. I think when he means serial, no. Wait.
Hold on, guys.
Kenny, you can
Liverpool.
Kenny, you can clarify.
Liverpool, Salah won a couple of leagues and a Champions League cups as well. Van Dijk the same, Alisson the same, Konate the same, right? These people won before. Robertson won the same. So there are people at the top that are serial winners.
The only ones in the modern era, I'm saying, that are serial winners are United and City. That's it.
No, he's talking about the players. I think this is about the players. Would you consider this current team serial winners? Like City or City?
No,
I don't think there's.
He didn't say current team. He said Liverpool generally.
He said Liverpool. Liverpool were serial winners. Like, if we're having general
80s.
conversation, then yes.
The institution, people talk about the institution. Okay.
Yeah, maybe that, but I can't
They
see.
did it, they did it in the 80s, though. They did it in the 80s. But
the only English club in history to dominate Europe and England at the same time. No one did that before.
Remember, Grimsby fans after United win were going on a run.
Dominate.
Grimsby after United win, we're going on a run. Yeah, Blades. We'll see how it goes. United can go. Haaland has a through ball in him. I have seen it. That's what we're saying.
Yep.
He's
He does.
improved.
He does.
Improving a lot.
Yeah,
He does.
Yes,
He improved a lot. Yes,
better.
100%.
We cannot. I'm not gonna do what people did to Salah for 4 or 5 years, which is just do the same exact 2017.
He improve. You know what
Yeah,
I
if you
mean?
improve, I always give credit for players improving.
Yeah.
Always.
And
Didn't
Salah
say
completes.
Haaland
Salah
as a
completes
footballer
only
has
one dribble, we
improved
call
a
it out.
lot, by the way, a lot.
One dribble. Sorry.
Didn't
actually
say
like
Arteta.
Salah.
Didn't say Arteta invented it. I was pointing out to how poorly it went with Party. Way to ignore the rest. But anyway, no pickle on my burgers.
You're the one that said verbatim, even though Mo has unstarred it. I could have brought it up on the screen. Verbatim, you said Slot saw Arteta put Partey at right back and went like, yeah. So what does that mean? Like, am I going crazy, panel, or is that what that means? Like, basically, you're copying Arteta, bro.
Yeah.
So don't try to change your words now that I've cooked you. People need to understand, bro. Pep didn't invent football. Ferguson was doing certain things that Pep are doing fucking 20 years ago. Like, people need to understand. Johan Cruyff was doing stuff before Pep. Saki was doing stuff. People like, there was football before, guys. You get me?
Mhm.
Arteta is bigger than Mega Mind with no ball knowledge. Now, this question been asked too many
Obviously,
times.
Arteta has ball knowledge. What are we
Obviously,
on about?
Arteta is not better than Arne Slot, you guys.
Mo will disagree with you. Mo thinks Arteta is better.
No problem. You can disagree all you want.
I will definitely say Arteta is better if he wins the league this season.
See, I don't need someone to win a trophy here and there to say that a person is
neither.
better than a person.
Me
I
neither.
watch the teams being coached. I watch the players on the pitch. I watch the discipline.
And listen, no one's going to change what Arne Slot did last season. Arne Slot last
I'm
season,
never. And you see me
listen,
defending his
by the way,
side.
at the start of the season, if you guys remember, like after 10-11 games, we didn't concede that many goals. I think we conceded the goal to Forest. Our first 3 games were all clean sheets. He set up the team in a way where he put Gravenberg as the DM. He set up a team in the correct style and structure. He had Soboslai running for Salah's running. He had in-game substitutions that changed things against
He
Leverkusen.
even changed Trent's
Our
rule.
first
He even
Champions
changed
League game
Trent's
against
way.
Leverkusen, he said because they have Jonathan Tah and he named another Leverkusen centre back at the back, he was like, it made more sense to play false 9 Diaz, and Diaz scored a hat-trick. So we're not going to change.
I mean,
what
guys,
Slot
you don't
did
even need to go. You don't even need to go that far. This season itself, when they played Arsenal, Gravenberch himself came out and said at halftime, the manager gave us different instructions. He asked Konate to go on the winger. He asked the right back to go on the left back. Like, these are tactical changes.
And changed the game.
And we saw that tactical change ended up affecting us in the second half. But just to clarify, Mo, I'm also not someone who needs trophies to change my argument. For me, I think it's very close between them. The only reason I'm saying Arteta needs to win the league or even Champions League is because there's one question mark on Arteta so far, which is if there's a title race.
Yeah, does he have the bottle or not?
If there's a title race, something, can he manage those
if City finish first this season, no one can come tell me Arteta is better than Slot. Based on what?
Yeah, exactly. So
you know the funny thing is, and I think that
still need to see
Tavarelli
that
said it best. Like, you can say you don't need trophies, but it truly does validate your work. Like,
100%.
If you don't have
I'm
it on
never
your
gonna
CV that
argue
I've
this.
won this, I've won that, then how
I
can you
knew
be
he
a
was
top
going to
pro?
ask for the link. Wallahi, I knew it. You want to know why? I did that on purpose because he was just trying to rattle me in the chat, so I rattled him back. Wallahi,
I don't want this to be dragged on. I need to do.
You don't want it to be dragged on, but you sent him the link, so it's going to get dragged on.
So Staffy asked for the link, and I say, Staffy, get out of
why?
here.
Staffy, I rattled him.
I am not fucking sending
so
you.
angry.
Staffy, next time you ask me for the link,
just block me.
You know what? I told Staffy, I don't want this to drag. We spoke about Liverpool and Man United for an hour, 18 minutes. There is Chelsea, there is Arsenal. But he said, give me the link. I want to just say something. You know what I mean? We haven't, because people say, Mo, you only fucking talk about Arsenal. No, we fucking talk about the relevant topics, which is someone today, by the way, Husam, 3 back-to-back videos, alhamdulillah, 15K each. But I never mentioned Arsenal in these videos. Yeah, wallahi. You know what?
Best team in the league. How could you not mention us?
I'm going to tell you because
I'm joking.
Today, but the point is, what people don't understand about the shows, now Liverpool are relevant and Man United, right? That's why we talk about Liverpool the most. Because every time I'm opening my feed, there is Arne Slot, even
Yesterday,
Sky
on
Sports.
A-listers, 1 hour, 25 minutes, same club. We've never done that.
Like people actually, why do you talk about Arsenal? When I open my Twitter feed in the morning, on Instagram reels, and I see all Liverpool. Okay, I'm gonna speak about Liverpool. I'm not gonna speak about Ipswich Town. And what is gonna happen? It doesn't. People just don't think.
Anyway, go ahead,
Staffy.
Staffy.
Staffy, go
So
ahead.
rattled you decided to join the show. Go ahead, talk.
First of all, I'm not rattled.
Look at this guy.
I'll speak at your tone if that means, if you speak in a low tone according to Hassan, it means you're not rattled. People like Hassan, you know what they like to do? I like to call them master manipulators. You know what they do? They'll say something to get a response out of you, and the minute they respond, they'll say, look, I got you rattled. It's not my fault, you're stupid. That's what Ashraf proved, and that's what Cam proved. They just gave you the same energy that you were looking for. So it doesn't mean any of them are rattled. They just cooked you with facts. And just that's what it is. But either way, I wasn't even here to address Hassan. Hassan is in my back mirror right now. Like I don't worry about Hassan. This guy's coming off 4 losses. If you think I requested a link to talk about a team that lost 4 in a row, a team that has 2 players that they broke the record for in the summer, and they're performing at this levels, I'm no longer talking about Jokers, by the way. Mo, I'm done. I decided, you know what? I'm not doing that no more. It's over. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna be talking about Isak. Because Joker's as bad as he's been. Look at Isak. We're not talking about Sesko no more. We're not talking about Joao Pedro no more. We're not going to talk about none of these people. We're going to be talking about those players. But even today, I'm not here to even talk about them because I already smoked them on the weekend. Coming in with the worst manager that we've had in the Premier League era, our worst manager since World War II. And guess what? We still went to Anfield and slapped them. These guys are fake celebrities, bro. That's what they are. They're fake Galacticos. They want to be the biggest club in the country. They can never act like it, bro. I've seen Chelsea act like the biggest club in the country. I've seen my club act like the biggest club in the country. Well, I wasn't really there for the Arsenal thing, but even under Arsene Wenger, they still played some of the best football. And they had some of the biggest names in football. All Hassan has to go off is history books. He doesn't even know what he's talking about serial winners. He wasn't alive for serial winners. How can you talk about that when you don't know it? It's like me talking about the Knicks championships. I wasn't fucking alive for that. I can't claim none of that shit. I can claim the Knicks that I'm watching right now. So go back to your history books, bro. No one cares about that bullshit. You know, you've been exposed. You look stupid, and it is what it is. So I'm here to talk about the claims about my manager. Because here's the thing. It's not that I don't want to give him credit. I think people misunderstood what I was trying to say. And maybe it wasn't the right time to say it right after a win. So maybe I'll hold my hand up and say that. Maybe it should have been a conversation for a different day. I didn't necessarily think the approach to how we won was that amazing from the manager. And I'll tell you why. I give the players more credit than the manager because when the game plan is to win 50-50s, do you understand how so reliant you are on the players to get that type of setup correctly and to go to Anfield and win? Basically, the manager is saying, I'm not going to give you the ball. I'm going to have you hound them and chase the ball when they take a touch. That's what a 50-50 means. And for people who said anything about like how I looked at the game or whatever, it was the exact way that I thought we'd approach the game anyways. I was on Mandem Talk last week on Said's channel, and I was the only one said, I wouldn't be surprised if Sesko doesn't start. I said Sesko will probably be dropped for this game because he's going to – I never thought he'd go with a midfield 3, so I'll give him credit for that because he was so stubborn that he's never done it. He actually did the right thing by packing the midfield. I'll give him credit for that. But everything else, when the game plan is we're going to throw the ball to Konate, we're going to throw the ball to Van Dijk. And when they take a touch, you need to go and win that ball. That is so much credit for the players. And people didn't give him enough credit. And the reason I brought it up is because I was talking to Terry. Terry is always so quick to say that players don't do enough. Whereas I look at games and I'm like, I feel like the players tried. They just weren't given the right game plan. This time, you can argue they were given the right game plan, sure. But you know how much it requires for a team to go to Anfield and say, today we're going to play on 50-50s. We're not going to have the ball. We're not going to try to contain the ball. We're going to try to chase the ball every time we win it. And when we do, we better go score more goals than them and win. It requires a lot of discipline from the players to do that. And this is something that people don't associate United players with recently. Everyone looks at our team and they think we suck. Everyone thinks we're garbage. You finish 15th. It means everyone sucks. No, we don't. There's so many good players in this team that people don't understand. Cam probably said it the best. A game plan can work, but someone still might not like it. The reason I don't like it is because I feel like there's a ceiling to it. I feel like it doesn't take you too far. Sure, we'll pick up wins here and there when they executed the way they did against Liverpool. And the proof was there because we picked up the 3 points. But it can only get you so far. But that's a conversation that you can have on how far can my team go playing a certain way if we want to be like league winners one day. I know that.
Like that every game, right?
Yeah,
So
that's kind of where I was going to go with that.
A lot of our game is rely on 50-50.
But I think what you want from a manager is a guy that can come in and assess what the game needs and then communicate that to the players, right? Like you guys aren't going to play 50.
Cook me and then cook themselves.
You want him to be a guy that can put your team in the best position to win each match, and I think that he did that against United. Like this is not a style of play that you're going to be doing.
Claim that Amorim only wanted to win the second balls is just shows me like you have a crazy agenda against him because it was definitely not
an agenda when that was the truth. Everyone
that was not the game plan. The game plan, the reason why he started Mason Mount is to add another body in midfield.
What are you waffling about? Mason Mount starts in every game. What are you waffling
the reason why he started him up top instead of Sesko, and he had that fluid situation.
He start up top.
Yeah, he started up top. He started up top multiple games.
What are you guys talking about? See, you're waffling for no reason. Literally everyone who came out to praise Amorim said he set us up to win the second balls. That is everyone who's pro Amorim. So for me to say that, it doesn't mean that's an Amorim agenda. That was the game plan. Literally every video, every analytical video that I watched, people were saying the same thing, which was evidential anyways.
Okay, I disagree with all the analytical
played in midfield, which is what I give him credit for.
So what? Just because the analytical video says it,
so how can you say give him credit, but then you just took away the thing that he set us up to win by?
So now from now on, I just have to go like, what did the analytical people say, and then whatever they say. That's
not what I'm saying. I'm saying people who are praising him, they're praising him because they're saying that was his game plan. You're saying it's not his game plan.
I disagree.
That's not his game plan.
I don't think his game plan was just to win the second balls. I think they were.
So what was it then? We just kicked the ball to you like 70 times in the game. What are you talking about?
Let me answer. You're saying I'm a master manipulator because I tried to get a reaction, yet you're here, so it clearly worked. You got manipulated. Now back to when it comes to this conversation, I disagree. I completely disagree with you. His tactic wasn't just win second balls because when Bruno was playing the long balls to Mbeumo, Cunha, and Mason Mount, they were winning the first balls.
Where was Bruno getting the ball? Where was he getting the ball? Where was he getting the ball? In the first goal, where did Bruno get the ball from? After what happened?
You tell us your opinion, Staffy. Go ahead.
You're saying he played the long ball. Where did he get the ball from?
I didn't say he played the long ball. See, that's how I know you're
listening. You just said Bruno was playing long balls.
That's how I know you're listening to respond. I'm giving you an example of when players were winning the first ball, not just the second ball, to basically undo your point. I'm saying when Bruno was playing a long ball to Mbeumo, to Cunha, to Mount in those spaces, these players were winning their first balls and doing something with the football. Meaning, when Mbeumo had the long ball to him, when basically he was in that pocket of space, he was attempting to attack Kerkez. He was attempting to attack Van Dijk. When Cunha won the ball on the other side, he was attempting to attack Bradley. He was attempting to attack Konate. So his tactic wasn't just, oh my God, let's win the second ball. No, his tactic was also...
How did the ball get Mbeumo?
Because he was basically trying to congest the midfield by playing Mason Mount almost.
We didn't build up once the whole game. Not once did we build up. What are you talking about?
Let me...
Because you're waffling. You're waffling. You're actually waffling. You're not debating. You're just
I'm
waffling
because I disagree with you.
No, because you're not saying what actually happened in the game.
I'm the one that's saying that.
You said
you're saying a manager's tactic was just win second balls. Imagine.
Yes, that was the tactic. Why can't we not admit that?
I'm game speech, guys. We're here at Anfield today.
I'm not imagining. Can someone else say something here? Because I can't believe what's happening right here.
The second balls and that's it. Good luck to you.
Yeah, that was the plan. We didn't have no build-up. We weren't building up.
He knew we
weren't
going to
build up. But Lemens's pass
Lemens's passes were all long passes. What are you talking about?
Part of the build-up. The goalkeeper is now part of the build-up. Welcome to 2025. Lemens's pass to Luke Shaw, I think it was, or one of the defenders. If I'm mistaken, correct me. It's okay. We can make mistakes. He played a pass to one of the defenders before you scored.
I believe they wrote a whole article today on The Athletic for how many times Le Mans went long. A whole article on The Athletic. What are you waffling about? You're actually waffling. Just say you watched the game and you didn't understand what was going on. It's fine. We'll educate you. That's not a problem. We'll educate you.
All below you, Staffy. You should teach us football.
I didn't say everyone's below me. I just said what you're saying is wrong right now.
I don't know, Paul. Thank you for coming here in the
cameo. I know that already, but I'm just saying, just say you didn't understand what was going on in the game.
No, I didn't understand.
The whole game plan was built around that.
Thank you
There's
for
no
educating.
reason why every time we went long, he pinned two short strikers on your defenders. It was Mbeumo and Cunha. We didn't. Those two players alone lost all their aerial duels because that was never the plan anyways. Mbeumo was never going to win a header on Van Dijk. And Cunha was never going to win a header on Konate. They won 10 out of the 10 aerial duels in the first half. But every time they won a header, we were getting the second ball. And that's why we had no build-up, because he didn't want to build up because you guys were pressing us. He kept saying, let's win the ball in the midfield and we'll create something from that.
I didn't
Look at
understand
the
why he
Bruno
just
chance.
said
The
Liverpool were
Mbeumo goal saw it.
Imagine. I'm
Sorry.
the one who didn't understand. He just said Liverpool were pressing. Imagine.
Yes, you pressed. How many times did you press our back line? What are you talking
One
about?
of the worst things about Liverpool's tactic in the game is the fact that we did not press at all. And when we
Your
pressed,
press
we
was
were
shit, but it doesn't mean that you
tried.
didn't press. Go
You
look
tried.
at every
we
time.
were
tried
legitimately
to
so
press.
shit at pressing.
You tried.
Bro, go watch the goal again, Cam. No, sorry, not the
I
goal. The
agree.
one that
I'm not
Bruno
saying,
hit the
like,
post.
I actually think we played like I fully agree. I know what Husam's saying. It's like it's crazy he would say that, but like I do think that was what was probably. I think he basically said we're gonna go out there, outwork them. We're gonna go long.
We did.
When they win the ball, because he came out and said it. This is why I can't argue with it. The man said we weren't gonna win in the air. He knew it. So if he said that to the world, he said it to the players, saying, and when they win the ball, what would be the next instruction? It would be jump on it, right? So I don't agree with the Lemens played out the back thing. I think Lemens was just hooping it most of the game. He had
Bro, exactly, Cam.
so for me, I'm sitting here being like, I hear what you're trying to say, Husam, where you're like, oh, there's no way a manager, but that is what he did, and it worked. Like, he knew how to beat you. He knew it would fight. Like, Slot,
Yeah,
Slot was his own worst enemy, dude, because Slot has come out and talked about how much he hates negative football and set pieces and all that bullshit. And Amorim said, bet, I'll see you on the weekend. Like, I think that hurt him, making it clear he doesn't like playing against teams who do exactly what we just did, hurt him. Because Amorim knew. He's like, cool, I'm just going to go and frustrate you. The Mount, like, I actually forgot to give Mount credit on this stream. I did when we were talking about on the terrace. Mount was great again. Mount actually, when he's healthy, works for what Amorim wants to do. And Staffy, you don't have to kill me on this. That is part of the reason Staffy doesn't really like Amorim, because he doesn't like players like that. And that's fair, because Mount is actually better for what Amorim wants to do a lot of the times than Mainu. He looked great again, and he didn't do a lot. That was the game plan. It was outwork them.
By the way, Cam, statistically, Le Mans went long 45 times.
You don't have to tell me.
45.
You don't have to tell me. I was watching the game.
No, I know, but I'm just proving a point.
I remember
that's what I'm saying. That was the game plan. That's not me having an agenda.
In the bigger conversation about him moving forward, people are going to say, can he play out from the back? And we will find out. But in that game, he didn't need to. That was not the game plan. It was, don't make a mistake in your own half.
We're moving on from this.
Sorry.
By the way, this is what the article on The Athletic said, though, okay? This is what the article
Yes,
said.
that's Staffy wanted Terry to call out for saying Sesko is the worst signing in the summer. Now he's using the Athletic to prove his point.
Staffy's great. I mean,
Anyways,
Staffy's
this is what the
great.
Athletic said, by the way. They said Manchester United's second ball strategy. There's a whole article that speaks about the game plan. But
I don't
yet,
care what
I'm sitting here
Athletic
saying we
are-
went long ball to win second.
But I'm going to tell you
second-
something, to be honest with you. That when I was watching Manchester United, this game, I didn't think it was about long ball. I thought it was all about overloading Kirkes. Ahmad Diallo and Mbeumo leaning toward Kirkes and
Habibi,
Van
how do we
Dijk.
get to Kirkes? That's the point. You're not wrong. though. But how do we get to
couple
how do we
times-
get to that area? That's the
Let
point
me
that I'm
tell
trying to
you.
make to you.
Let me-
Do we
I
build
would-
up from the back?
Can I
Or
ask?
do we
can
win
I
the ball
answer
in the
then?
midfield and go there? That's the whole
Let
point
me-
that we were making.
let me
You're
answer
not
them.
wrong.
Man, how many times I've seen actually Man United in this game are actually so reluctant to kick it forward from Bruno Fernandes, De Ligt, Maguire. They were trying to play shot to feet and then play the line, or play De Ligt and then go to the side and then try to play Amad Diallo. That is what I mean. The build-up from the back, it doesn't have to be Pep Guardiola, right? It doesn't have to be that. Many times, it doesn't have to be building from the back 50 passes. It can
No,
be.
it's either that or your long ball.
Okay, Staffy, let me explain to you. Lamont maybe win long, but when I
45.
watch it,
Just comprehend
let
the
me,
number.
no, let me when I
Just
watch
accept
the
you're wrong.
game,
It's okay. You don't have to be stubborn.
No, I don't
45
have to
times.
come
guys, can I
goalkeeper
speak
goes
No,
long
now?
45
undermining what
times.
Amorim did.
Guys,
That
let
means
me
one
speak now.
long ball every
Please.
2 minutes.
Guys,
Not
this is
that
unacceptable, by the way. This is we're gonna do a show, Staffy versus Osam on
need
It's
to
Osam's
stop
one long
doing
ball
that
every 2
first.
minutes. And he doesn't want to admit. If
Well,
anyone watched the game and didn't think
by
we
the
were
way,
going long
a
ball,
long
just don't
ball-
watch
a-
sports no more.
A long
I don't know
ball
what to
is
tell you.
actually a long
Yeah,
ball.
I told you below you. I don't know football. Thank you
Guys,
for
this is actually okay. A long ball is not. It doesn't have to be a long ball towards the midfield. It can be a ping ball towards Luke Shaw. That is considered a long ball. Actually, you know that, right? A ping ball above the defender, above the offensive player, a ping ball to a fullback. That is considered a long ball. Anything that is above 20 yards pass is considered a long ball. Actually, in the stats, by the way, I just checked FBref. But I don't think that Amorim's plan was to win the second ball. I think Amorim's plan was to overload.
Imagine.
That's to overload Kerke's side, which is why it shows on the heat map. It shows where Kerke's positions are when Kerkez is pinned at the back, when Amad Diallo was literally having a field day facing him all the time, right? And I thought it was a good plan by him. Winning that second ball or something, I don't think physically you can actually outmuscle them, especially in the offensive line. It kind of fell to you many times. We can go check the stats about the second balls and all the stuff. You won the ball in the
You're
midfield because
factually wrong, but it's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
it's okay. Yeah, maybe I see football different. See the difference. Maybe I see football different than you.
Well, Mo, I never disagree. I never
Maybe
said
I
anything
see
about how
football.
you
Maybe
view
when I
football.
was watching the
You're just
game and I was
factually wrong
taking,
about this one.
maybe when I was watching the game and I was taking notes, right? Maybe I was watching a different game. Maybe that is the case. Maybe I'm being serious, and I have to move
It's
on
okay.
from this
Sometimes
point.
people miss stuff. It's okay. This is what we're
Maybe,
here to do.
maybe
We're here to
sometimes
educate.
I miss things. You know what I mean? Sometimes I miss things. Diallo here is saying Staffy is based. Respect the brother.
Big up Diallo.
Big up
Actually, I gotta
Diallo.
go, Mo, though. Big up everyone.
You came in to
No,
say
like,
that
Wallahi,
we don't know
I
football.
didn't think I was gonna talk
Then
for
you-
15
He's
minutes.
coming here to say you all don't know football. I'm leaving now.
No.
Thank
Cam
you
knows
for that.
football. Ash knows football. Couch knows football. You know football. Husam doesn't know football. Anyways.
I saw a car that I invented. Thank you.
No,
sir.
but wallahi, like, عندي مكالمة. Gotta go. يلا
Go
سلام.
ahead. Thank you for that cameo stuff. I saw a car. Did I invent a car? That's for Sam.
You're the one that's changing your logic. I'm not gonna let Mo scroll all the way up to put up your first super chat where you said Slot saw Arteta play Partey at right back. That's why no one in the panel disagreed with me.
They told me Slot is a better coach, Habibi. Coach.
Yeah. Slot is a better coach, as things stand.
Fair enough. Kenny saying, I meant the whole club, okay, because they won 18 league titles in the 80s and the only two in the last 30 years. Same with Champions League, 4 in the 80s.
Okay, but here's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's
If
what I
you're-
understood by your
No, but
comment as well.
But hold on.
Kenny.
But the 80s, do we erase the 80s? Okay,
Yeah,
Man
like what
United
we
having won. Okay, guys, the last time Man United won a major trophy, a Champions League or Premier League, was 12 years ago. So Man United are not serial winners. Okay, fair. Okay, so Man United are not serial winners.
By the way, using his logic,
You're
no
missing
club
the
is
point.
using his
What's
logic.
the point there? Can someone
Okay,
explain
wait,
to us what
wait.
the fucking point
Let
is?
me tell you something. Using his
Let
logic,
Bassam go
no,
first.
no
Let Bassam
club
go
is a serial winner because Chelsea went 55 years without a league title twice. Because Arsenal are currently 21 years without a league title. Because Man United went 41 years without a league title. Because Manchester City went 51 years without a league title, I think it was. And because Spurs, let's not even address them. Of course, they're not serial winners without even any numbers. So these top 5 clubs in England, none of them are serial winners because they had 20 plus years where they didn't win a league title. So none of them are serial winners.
Exactly.
I
What
don't
is the
understand.
point
What
of
is the
this?
serial winners thing? Like, first of all, are we
And what is
defining
it?
an era? Like, it's either we're defining an era or we're defining a club as a whole. Like, as an era, yeah, they're not serial winners. They haven't been winning consistently.
Can you,
year
okay,
after year.
are Man United serial winners in this era?
No.
Yes.
No.
Modern era Man United, yes.
No, but hold on.
Okay, the
Mahmoud,
last
this is
20
the whole
years,
point.
but not
The whole point of Sam is like, who defines an era? Is it in the 90s only? Is it the 80s? Is it the 2000? Because in the 2010s, Man United since 2012, which is people can say an era is 10 years. Man United haven't won in 13 years.
Yeah. And in
It's
the
up
last
to you to
20
define an
years,
era. You know what I
everyone,
mean?
but you say,
People,
if you're saying modern era, like since we were born, basically, the only 2 clubs who we can genuinely refer to as serial winners are Man United and Man City.
there are, okay, can I tell you something? There are a lot of people in this chat, Sam.
Chelsea, I would agree.
Hold on.
yeah.
There are a lot of
Oh,
people.
they weren't serial winners.
There are people in this chat that are born in 2008, have never seen Man United retain the title.
Yeah, Habibi, okay. No, see,
I
but
think
this is where
Chelsea
I'm
have
agreeing
been
with you.
serial winners. for the
I'm
last
saying
20
course.
just because Kenny didn't see the 80s doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Exactly that. But that's the whole point.
The
Ashraf-
clubs with eras that are like serial winner eras, Man City now, like 2015 onward, You have Man United in the 90s and the 2000s, and you got Liverpool in these late 70s and 80s. Those are serial winners.
Wilsey, that is a mad chat. But Ashraf, guess what? It's the same 11, only Mazu Skelly. Hopefully.
I
we'll
saw
see.
the lineup. It was such an amazing lineup. Incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sorry, I'm wrong about the lineup. Yeah, it's Mazu Skelly change. Osam is the king of straw man and flip flop.
I didn't strawman or flip flop. Panel, can you guys answer him because maybe he.
Like,
wants
I
to
don't
hear it.
understand this.
I
When
remember you-
Colton comes to me and says Slot saw Partey at right back
Yeah.
from Arteta, what does that mean? What does that insinuate?
Yeah, Colton, whether you meant it or not is not the point. Your super chat kind of implied that Slot basically took it from Arteta. Like it, maybe you didn't mean it that way, but that's how it comes. So I agree with
I
you.
don't know how else you're gonna take it though. Like I that's exactly
Yeah.
how I read it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Me too. Like you said,
And I
inverted.
realized,
He actually copied Arteta and inverting.
yeah.
That
And by
means
the way,
he
I
believed
thought you
that
were being,
Slot is copying Arteta. That's what it means.
I thought
Crazy.
you were being sarcastic. I thought you were being sarcastic and you were making a joke. So that's why I didn't say anything. But if you were being
Yeah.
serious, then come on, that's a bad one.
Yeah, it's ridiculous actually. Wallahi, starting to question Don's bull
You
knowledge.
question it all you want. Once again, I'm not going to change what Slot did last year just to suit your narrative. The last 4 games do not wipe out everything Slot did last season. Tactically, from a coaching perspective, I mentioned the Leverkusen example. I mentioned all the in-game changes. I mentioned Gravenberg, who people wanted sold in the summer, being played as the DM. I mentioned the style. I mentioned Soboslai doing Salah's running. I mentioned so many different things. We ain't gonna change what Slot
To
did.
be
last
honest,
season. He's been shit this
be
year.
honest,
That's illogical.
To be honest, I don't even think you need to be mentioning all these things. Like, guys, I think we're also being a bit like too disingenuous and a bit like crazy. Just we're literally doing what Husam has been saying for the last couple of years, like war talk, war just saying shit for the sake of
Thank
tribalism.
you. Thank you.
Arsenal get rattled and they'll say, "Oh, what do you mean Arteta won with Emery's team?" Which is correct. Like it's absolute BS. He didn't win with Emery's team. He won with his team.
But Ashraf,
He-
have I ever claimed that? I always give credit to Arteta. You won the FA Cup, Arteta. Congratulations.
Because Arteta obviously came, took a team, managed them a lot better, and managed. By the way, it went to such a crazy extent that people are saying he only managed the semi-finals and finals. Like imagine they started spreading that kind of lie. The FA Cup starts in Jan. He took over in November, December. How did he only manage the semi-finals and finals? You cannot say Slot took over Klopp's team and say, "Oh yeah, well he just won with Klopp's team." They weren't attacking the way they were and defending the way they were and controlling
And I
the way they
will.
were. Just
Yeah, but I mean, if we're gonna define what is a great manager, it's not just winning a 1 and 2 thing. You have to continue to win. You have to become a serial winner, right? Like so.
but that's not the question. The question is,
I'm
did
just
he
I'm just
do
commenting
well
on
last
what
You
just
guys,
said, though.
did you
Like,
guys
for
see
me,
today
now
Jimmy
the
R on
pressure
Sky
is going to be
Sports?
is going to be on Slot to now do it again, especially with all the
Yeah,
investment.
Of course,
If the pressure is
of course,
on
yeah.
Arteta,
Yeah, but
the reason why
you're
people don't rate
completely missing
Arteta as
the
a
point
winner
here.
is because they have, even with the FA Cup, he hasn't done anything since that, you know. And like this team, the players that have brought in were the players that he handpicks. That I want this player, I want this player, I want this player, I want this player. So he hasn't shown the ability to win
Hey,
with his
critic,
team.
who's a better coach, Slot or Arteta?
Who's a better coach?
Yes.
I'm gonna go Arteta myself.
Okay, that's fine. Now, the reason why you bringing up the serial winner stuff is irrelevant to this debate is because Arteta is not a serial winner and Slot is not a serial winner. So we're comparing
Exactly.
two not serial winners to each
No,
other.
I was only commenting on what Ashraf is saying. It's not so much about
yeah,
like
but like no one's comparing Slot to like Mourinho, Ferguson, Pep. He's not on that level at all.
no, but like you're saying you're giving them credit for winning these trophies. I'm saying like you become one of those top managers or whatnot when you start to win consecutively and you show that you have a serial winning mentality. Lots of pressure on your manager right
But
now
I can
to
argue
prove
he's
that
won
a
the
top
league with
manager.
Feyenoord. I can argue he's won the league with Feyenoord, which is not the best team or the second
I
best
mean,
team
but
in
like
the Dutch league.
it's a Dutch
Yeah,
league
that's
though. Like
the
that's
best
like one of the slowest leagues in the
And
world.
before,
man.
by the
That
way,
does
before
no. Wait. What's
Come
up?
on, man.
Stop.
No, come on. Like, let's just
Wait.
be
Stop.
real.
Wait. Just on that because
Okay.
I don't get your point. The environment is not different just for him. It's for the whole league. So if it's a slower league, how does that give him an advantage
Okay,
over the
but
other
I'm
managers?
just
in the
saying, like,
in the
that's not a
Dutch league?
measurement for me. Like,
The
that is
Eredivisie.
not a measurement for me to say that I'm a top manager. You know what I mean? Because I've seen
Why
managers
not?
come and go. Because I've seen managers come and go out of that league that have done more than what he did with Feyenoord and just bottle it. Like it's not
The
that's not
only
a measurement for me.
the only thing I would say that you can measure purely with that is how do you manage egos and big personalities, which I think he did really well last season. But in terms of how to manage a team to win a league go again and again because the pressure of winning is still like high. Maybe it's not as high as Liverpool because of the media,
That's
but
more
it's still super high.
managerial or coaching, though.
Say again.
Both.
Okay.
It's both.
Look, I think here's the thing. I think coach is something and manager is something else.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything that you guys are referring to, managing egos, man management, blah blah blah, all of that I put under the helm of being a manager. But when I say coach,
agreed.
I'm talking about
X's
in-game
and O's.
substitutions. I'm talking about changing your tactics for a certain opponent. That's why, as an example, give you a quick example. That's why when I said we're not going to change what happened last year, Arne Slot last season away at Manchester City to combat Manchester City's possession style, basically team. He basically played all four midfielders with each other and played the box midfield, and it worked. So it's a tactical decision that has nothing to do with man management or anything like that. So that's why when I'm talking about like Slot's a better coach, I'm saying, well, let's not change what happened last season. I'm not even talking about his medals. There's another example, by the way. Ashraf mentioned Feyenoord, which is completely correct. Go do your research in the Eredivisie. Before COVID, before they cancelled the league in the Netherlands, Arne Slot was top of the table with Ajax using a club called AZ Alkmaar. Now, when we're talking about environment, yes.
And they cancelled it because of COVID.
Yes, they cancelled it because of COVID. So when we're talking about environment, I get it if you're saying someone won a league title with Celtic. But if someone won a league title with Hibernian, then he deserves credit because he won.
Okay, so
Correct.
So the manager that won the French league with Lille, is he a top manager?
For that season, yes, 100%.
No, man. You see
But
what I'm
if
saying?
a manager's done it multiple times, meaning Slot with Alkmaar, and then with Feyenoord, and then with Liverpool.
Okay. All I'm saying is that's not the measurements for me. Like, I'm not saying that he's not a good manager, but that's not the measurement for me. The measurement for me is what you're doing in the top leagues with the top players, all that other stuff. Like, it might sound arrogant, but it's true. Like, I don't think it takes a top manager to win the Eredivisie. It doesn't. You know, he can be a top manager coming out of the Eredivisie, but you don't need to be a top manager to win it.
You don't need to be a top manager to win the Eredivisie with Ajax.
Yeah.
Or PSV. Or PSV.
Eindhoven.
Yeah. But with Feyenoord, you do actually. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Sporting directors
Can I,
on a
let me-
high level and
I
have
want to
elite
ask you guys a
scouting.
serious
With
question.
all due, someone tomorrow wins the Eredivisie with Go Ahead Eagles, I'm going to give him credit because
Yes,
it's
yes.
Go Ahead Eagles.
Yeah,
gonna
if
give
you win
him
the
credit,
Bundes-
but
if you win the
again.
Bundesliga with Hoffenheim, if you win the Bundesliga with like with Bayer Leverkusen being
Xabi Alonso
invincible.
won it with Leverkusen.
Let me tell you
Example.
that. Okay, on Sky Sports and just people talking about, they're saying Arteta's not even top 10 managers in the world. I actually didn't count, but is Arne Slot top 10 manager in the world? Let me see if like is Arne Slot top 10 managers in the world.
Okay,
currently?
you can name them, no problem. Pep Guardiola.
I don't want to name them by myself.
Pep Guardiola.
I name Hansi Flick for me.
Okay, Hansi Flick.
Luis.
Luis Enrique
Luis
without a
Enrique.
shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a
Okay.
doubt.
Jurgen
Jurgen Klopp is not here. Ancelotti is not here. Zidane is
Ancelotti
not
manages
here.
Brazil, count him, no problem.
So
Carlo.
I wouldn't count him because he's
No,
not. He's
count
not a
him, no
club
problem.
manager.
Four.
Are we
Now
just saying
what?
club managers?
Yeah.
Just
I
club
don't know.
No,
they were saying-
generally, whatever you want. Go ahead.
Okay, because if it's not just club managers, then I would say I would put Ancelotti there because that's
Ancelotti.
Okay,
yeah.
I put
Yeah.
Ancelotti, Scaloni,
Antonio-
Argentina manager.
No,
Fine.
he's not a top. I wouldn't
Okay,
count
for me,
anyone.
he's a
I'm
top
going to tell you
manager.
what. For me, for anyone that didn't coach clubs, I don't
Xavi
count.
Hernandez.
Tuchel.
I'm saying both of them are in the top 10.
Tuchel.
Okay,
Okay, for
Scaloni.
me, Antonio Conte without a shadow of a doubt.
yeah.
Okay,
He's
Conte.
Conte, Tuchel. I'm
Thomas-
still Tuchel
Thomas-
there.
Thomas Tuchel, is he better than Arne Slot and Arteta?
I think
Oh,
he is.
come on.
Nothing Thomas
Is
Tuchel
he
has
alone?
done right now. Nothing Thomas Tuchel has done that's different from Roberto Di Matteo, with all due respect.
Is that?
I think I don't know.
Why are you
about
laughing? Why are you laughing?
That is
Twice.
a wild
No, hold
take,
on.
bro.
Why are you
That is
laughing?
a wild
I-
take.
Why are you laughing?
I agree.
Why
I
are you
agree.
laughing?
Hussam is
How-
disingenuous.
how
is that
Break
factually
it
correct?
down,
Man is
break
laughing.
it down. Hussam is disingenuous and
That's
crazy.
factually correct. Yeah.
Tuchel took over Klopp's Dortmund that were 100 times better than the Dortmund that Klopp took over
Okay.
from whoever the fuck was managing Dortmund
Okay.
before.
And they regressed.
No one knows. Didn't win a Bundesliga title with them.
Mhm.
Chelsea
Yeah.
had the title race up until January and then faded away in the
Are we
league.
forgetting about the
Won
Champions League?
Won the Champions League, the same thing
But
that Di
fucking
Matteo
Di
did.
Matteo won the champs the
Di
same way.
Matteo won the
PSG,
Champions League with
PSG, he won the league at PSG
Against
and
Liverpool
they
as
lost
well,
in the
against-
final to Bayern Munich.
When he
Okay.
had
Okay.
Galacticos,
How is he
when he had a
Di Matteo
fucking...
then?
Okay,
He did
Bayern
the two
Munich
finals.
lost the
Oh,
league
and
title
that
to
Champions League,
Bayer
that Champions League was
Leverkusen.
not him.
By the way, do you guys know?
It
Do you guys
wasn't.
know that Bayern Munich's lowest ever finish in the Bundesliga since 40 years? You know who was the manager? Thomas Tuchel. But I'm crazy. Oh my God, Husam Agenda. Oh my God.
I've also
You
seen
guys-
you guys know that the only...
Klopp close to at the bottom of the table too. But
And
anyways, we'll move on.
Tuchel lost
I'm
the
just here
league
for
by
vibes
the
now.
way
I
with
can't believe that you guys
PSG.
Hold
actually
on.
said Di Matteo.
Is
was the
that-
And
is
Tuchel is the one that
Thomas-
lost at PSG.
Who
Thank you for
lost-
reminding me, Ashraf.
Who lost? Didn't... Oh, no. The Bayern
Tuchel
Munich-
lost it at PSG and lost it
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Bayern.
No
He
Tuchel.
got
then.
sacked mid-season,
We're
and
not-
then
we're not
Pochettino
agreeing.
The
came.
manager who was driving the Ferrari lost to the Kia, and I'm crazy for comparing him to Di Matteo.
Yeah,
All right,
I agree
fine,
with
no
Osama.
Tuchel then. If we're
I'm
not
just here
gonna-
for vibes.
Anyway, can we go back to the Arteta
And
stuff?
anyone who
Because-
remembers
lost
the
the FA
Champions
Cup
League
final
season,
and the Carabao Cup
Neymar
final
and
to
Mbappe
Liverpool, by the
carried
way.
them. It was
So
not
then I would
Tuchel.
put-
And he lost the FA Cup final to Leicester.
So now we're doing
I'm
this
crazy.
again. Eh? It doesn't
then
matter.
I
The
would-
manager
then I would-
doesn't.
But
the
forget,
tactics
guys,
don't matter anymore.
guys,
It's just these
moving on
guys.
to Thomas Tuchel.
Okay,
See,
forget
moving on.
Tuchel. Now what?
So then you put Slot and Arteta.
Okay, so they're both in the top 10. So
You
why
put-
we
I think you'd put them in there. I do think there's Xabi Alonso we didn't mention, right? We didn't mention.
Okay, no problem.
So he
That's
should
nice.
be-
Diego Simeone, Xabi Alonso.
Okay,
No?
10. Khalas, end of list. Who
I
else you
think, I
got?
think that's a fair list. I do think the only one we like somebody mentioned
Is
Simeone.
Allegri with all the league titles and 2 Champions League
No.
finals.
Not
No.
anymore. No,
You know
He's
he's
washed
top of the
down.
table, huh?
Actually,
With Milan.
Hold on,
it
people are
doesn't
mentioning
matter. We have to
Simeone.
wait till the end of
People are
the
mentioning
season.
Simeone, and I'm like, I'm hot and cold on Simeone.
You know, I wouldn't take Simeone over Mikel
I wouldn't
Arteta,
take
right?
Simeone
I
either.
wouldn't either. So that's why I'm hot. I'm hot
Like
and
this,
cold.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
take
but
Diego.
Cam,
Diego
the reason why
Simeone
I
spend a
asked
lot
guys
of
to name
fucking
them,
money.
I
Shit
think it's
talent idea,
blasphemy
bro.
to say- Listen, both Arteta and Slot are in the top 10, both of them.
Yeah, I think they're both top
Yeah.
10.
Literally both.
They're
Like,
bottom
who the
top
fuck
10.
are you gonna pick?
Bottom top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Yeah, I agree with bottom top 10 as well.
Bottom
Yeah.
top 10. It's like, because like even if we start going like, I think the World Cup will see, because I'm a huge fan of Nagelsmann, for instance. I think Nagelsmann could be one of the best managers in the world. I was confused when he went to Germany so early.
You're just so amazed by his outfits and how he dresses.
No, I
not his
like the
coaching
way he played football. I really did. It's kind of like, I wanted to see more before he took that job. So I do want to see him come back.
Anyway,
Yeah, I think
At
they're-
this moment in time, Nagelsmann didn't do anything that Pochettino
yeah.
did.
I agree.
With all
That's
due
why. That's
Yeah.
why they're
Paul
top 10.
Nagelsmann is not
Yeah.
fantastic, actually. Yeah.
He's
No, no.
not.
He's just a stylish
not
coach, to be honest with you. Nagelsmann is good.
Number
He's
16.
not.
There
He's
could
not
be an argument.
amazing.
Hold on, but there could be an argument. If,
Fermin Lopez balling out.
if Glasner goes on to beat, let's just say he beats Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, and he goes on to win some more trophies this year. There's an argument to put Glasner in that top 10 because
I would never do that because
Really?
Unai Emery won fucking tons of trophies in his career, but none of us would take Unai Emery to coach our club. None of us.
but that's because we've seen him. Those on, but the reason why is because we've seen what happens when he's under pressure at a big club. We haven't seen it with Glasner.
Oh,
yet.
Fermin
Why?
Lopez.
I've seen it at
Okay.
PSG.
Okay,
And I've seen
here's
him at
my thing,
Arsenal.
Cam.
We haven't seen it with Glasner yet.
Let's
Is what I'm
say,
saying.
let's say you're an owner of a football club, okay? I'm gonna give you this scenario, and this I'm gonna be so objective with this. I think you guys will all agree.
All right.
If I was the owner of 14, 15 Premier League clubs, I'm taking Emery over Arteta. If I'm the owner of the top 5 club, I'm taking Arteta over Emery. Because
Even
at
though this
least-
guy won,
because guess what? With Emery at top clubs, PSG, he was the manager when they had the worst bottle job in Champions League history against Barcelona.
Sure.
And at Arsenal, he failed. People sit here and go like, oh, no, Emery at Arsenal. Oh my God. They were in the top 4 with like fucking 7
And
games
he
to
lost
go,
the league to
ahead
Monaco.
by like 8 points or some shit. And they bottled top 4. What are we doing here?
and he
But
lost the
if
league in
I'm the
France.
owner,
with,
if I'm the owner of Brentford, I'm totally taking Emery over Arteta at Brentford. I am.
Yeah.
Last super chat, guys, for when Steve McLaren won the Dutch league, but he was crap in England. But Slot already won the league. Already have a
In
medal,
England.
guys. Why do people forget this? The fact that he's
Yeah.
doing bad this season does not negate that he fucking won it already.
let's-
He will always go down as the Premier League winner.
And
That
let's not
one
ignore
shit-
the fact that league is just started yet. We're not at the point where we need to be talking
Yeah.
about like
He might not. By the way,
digging
he
graves
might
right
not
now.
fucking figure it out. And I'm just gonna end on this. He might not fucking figure it out. Then see Liverpool finish 4th, right? That wouldn't take away his medal, by the way. That
Yeah,
would
it doesn't
take
change
that
it. He
away.
don't take his medal away.
I'm not kicking dirt on anyone's grave right now. It's too early for that. I've been saying that for however long now. It's too early.
But anyway,
I think
wanna
the
thank
only two
everyone-
managers who this season could have like a change in their thing are Pep and Arteta. If Arteta wins the league, he's suddenly like That bottle job thing goes away. He suddenly
For
becomes
sure.
a world-class manager. He suddenly gets elevated tremendously. If Pep wins the league when start of the season people had them third, he now goes back again in that conversation about the greatest manager of all time.
He never left us.
He
Never
rebuilt.
lied. I don't think he did.
No,
never
no. Wait.
Never
After
left.
end of last season, everyone said this is why Fergie's first and why Pep is second.
Well,
Because
Fergie's
Fergie built
still-
again and built again and built again and dealt with injuries. Pep
But
never
Can I
did
tell
that.
you
If he wins the
something?
league this
I
season,
swear to God,
it's different.
There's certain managers. you just-
I would put Fergie above him because of the players. But if you're asking me who are you taking at their prime, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm taking Pep Guardiola.
I disagree with that, but that's fine.
Without a shadow of
Yeah,
a doubt,
same.
Ashraf.
Same. I think he's the greatest manager of all time in my opinion.
Nobody, I think, and apart from Man United fans, nobody in the world will tell you at both of their prime, I'm taking Ferguson above Pep Guardiola. The reason why Pep Guardiola makes you sit on
agree.
your seat as a fan, calm, composed, knowing that your team is gonna be on top 90% out of the time. Ferguson
Yeah.
is off your seat, Fergie time. Pep Guardiola, better system in leagues than
I'm
Ferguson,
sorry,
much
the difference-
better.
I'm sorry. I'd much rather, for me, like at the end of the day, you're like, oh,
I'm sorry, Aberdeen. I didn't fucking watch Ferguson at
No, at the
Aberdeen.
end of
I'm
the
not
day,
that
no.
old,
At the end
so
of
I
the
don't
day,
know.
for me, with Fergie, you just never felt like you lost the game, and I think that's an important. thing.
What?
You always felt like you were in the game. You always knew.
You
there was-
definitely didn't feel in the game against.
Yeah,
Barca
I
in the
mean,
Champions League
yeah.
finals.
Well, that's a bit different, but still.
Yeah, or against Man
against
City
that
at your
shit.
home when you lost 6-1. When you lost 6-1 at home against Man City, you didn't feel you were in the game, did you? I'm pretty sure you didn't.
My point
exactly.
is, my point is,
You're letting me cook your
the-
best,
Point is,
your
don't
best
die
ever
on this
manager.
hill.
What's
Big
wrong
up
with
you
you,
guys.
man?
Thanks
And
so much for
I'm
watching.
actually,
Come on
guys,
now.
thank you everyone for watching. All I'm going to say, as much as I praise Alex Ferguson for playing John O'Shea and West Brown Nation Champions League final, Pep Guardiola won the league with Fabian Delph as left back and no striker
left
and
back.
Phil Foden as a striker. See you guys on Osama's watch along.
Wait. One last thing. Wallahi, one last thing. I have to say this.
Wallahi,
Big up
somebody
to
has to go.
Morocco. Big up to Morocco.
Oh.
The senior team broke Spain's record for the most consecutive wins, and the under-20 team won the FIFA World Cup for the under-20.
Morocco
up
to win the
Morocco.
World Cup in
Big
America
up.
next
Inshallah,
year.
wallahi, you never
Morocco
know,
for the
bro.
World Cup.
You never know.
If it's not
Inshallah.
Egypt, we're looking for Morocco. I will see you guys on Osama's watch along. Haram ball watch along. Arsenal versus
I'm gonna go get my coffee, guys. I'm gonna go
We'll
make my
see you
coffee.
guys
Let's go. I'm ready.
people.